You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to a post-Thanksgiving episode of TADPOG.
Every episode's a post-Thanksgiving episode,
That's
if you
true.
think about it.
Well, you're right.
Unless it's on Thanksgiving, right? That's like the Gremlins conundrum. Don't feed them after midnight.
It's always after
That means you have to feed them at midnight.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You have a 1 minute window to feed all those fucking mogwai or you're fucking doomed.
Yeah.
Think about it.
What's a Black Friday episode?
Yeah.
Special Black Friday edition.
You guys-
Half off. You get this episode half off.
That's a deal.
Yeah.
Please don't. please don't. Yeah, they got to pay full price. Things might not work out. I don't know.
Fine,
you know?
double. It's reverse Black Friday.
Dude, have you seen what Cards Against Humanity is doing? You said reverse Black Friday. Duke Sitos Williams sent me a message like right before we were recording. Where like Cards Against Humanity is like, we'll pay you, and then they have like a list of different things that you can do, and they'll give you money. And like the first one is get vaccinated, you fuck bag, and they'll pay you $100. And then the next after those are like, give your postal worker or offer your postal worker a hot dog, and it's like if you send a video in, they'll give you $5. That's my favorite one.
Speaking of getting vaccinated, I got my booster today.
Hey, nice. I need to get mine.
My arm hurts like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And you know, they tell you when you go, I got mine at Walgreens, and they tell you, okay, after you get your shot, they're like, okay, you want to hang out for just a little bit.
Right.
Just walk around, hang out, just whatever.
In case you have a reaction. Decide you want to buy a big box of kicks.
Well, and I'm like, you know,
We
were
will
talking
stop
about
you.
it.
Like, sir, no.
We were talking about it.
Here are trolley gummies, please.
Yeah. We were talking about that last night. I'm like, that's just a fucking tactic. Last 2 times I got my shot, I was fine. I didn't have any problems. They just want me to walk around the store, so I must buy something. And Tanya was going to get hers today, too. We just went ahead and got them knocked out at the same time.
Yeah.
Got my jab. Everything was good to go, and we were looking for a couple of things. And about 10 minutes later, I started feeling really dizzy. And I was like, uh-oh. I think I'm having a So then I start talking myself into...
No, I'm always this dizzy.
Yeah.
It's nothing new. I'm fine.
No, I start talking myself into thinking I'm having anaphylaxis. I'm going to die.
You went the other way.
I'm
Yeah.
freaking out, and I start working myself up into a frenzy, and I finally just got my shit together and was like, all right.
Sir, are you okay? No.
Well, then I got to thinking about I told you my ear's been messed up, and
Yeah.
it's been kind of fucking with my equilibrium, and I'd forgotten about that. So I'm thinking that's what it was, because I mean, like 5
Probably.
minutes later, I was fine, and you know now all I've got's arm pain, so it's fine. But it kind of scared me. I'm like, yep, I'm gonna fall out right here at Walgreens, and that's gonna be on my fucking epitaph.
At least it would be in the Walgreens and not like on the drive home.
Right,
you
right,
know?
exactly.
When I got I haven't had my booster yet. I need to get it. Nikki and I were just talking about that like yesterday. But like both times I got both shots, you know, I was just in the fucking like Kentucky Dam like visitor center or whatever. So it's just like
Looking at pamphlets.
pretty. I mean, man, like if I didn't have a phone, you know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
holy shit, it would have been like, yeah, I'm gonna look out the window and maybe I'll see an owl.
It would have been like being at the doctor's office when you were a kid. Like,
Oh,
This is what it was like to be a pilgrim. Man, this is awful.
Did we all watch Addams Family Values yesterday as per Thanksgiving tradition?
Shit.
Or Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Or Dutch?
No, I didn't make it to any of those. We actually watched the Hatfields and the McCoys, that it was a History Channel show that came out a couple years ago.
Yeah,
about
I remember
them.
hearing about that.
Kevin Costner's in it, and Bill Paxton, not Pullman, Paxton.
I mean,
Cosby.
pretty much same thing. Bill Cosby.
It was good, but that's what we watched at. That and all the vacation movies except Christmas Vacation were on, so we did that. Didn't get around to the others though.
Which is your favorite vacation movie?
Unpopular opinion: Vegas Vacation.
Ooh, that is an unpopular
is my
opinion.
favorite. Christmas Vacation sort of stands out on its own, but it's kind of done to death. I mean, we watch it probably 5 or 6 times a season, and I love it, and I can quote it verbatim, you know. So I mean, but it's less of a vacation movie to me, and more of a Christmas movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think it sort of stands on its own. So out of the original 3, out of those 3, I like Vegas Vacation the most. I think Eddie is funniest in that one.
Yeah.
Besides what he does in Christmas Vacation.
I was gonna say unpopular opinion. I like European Vacation. It's not my
It's
favorite,
good.
but
It's
like
good.
people shit on that one a lot.
It's
and
not
it's like,
as good as the others,
it's
but it's
not.
But
it's still good.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's so dated. It's more dated than the others.
I kind of like that though.
Like when they go clothes shopping.
Yeah.
And they look like
in
they're
Paris,
dressed for
yeah.
a Renaissance fair or something when they come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we watched that one too. I love it.
Yeah, it's a good one. I don't know. I watched that one when I was so young that it's also kind of one of those things where it's like when I watch it, it really takes me back to like the first time I saw it. That's probably the first one I saw.
Okay.
I played a lot of Persona.
Yeah.
So yeah. Although I was talking to Choctaw about it, and I am pissed off though because I am playing straight regular Persona 5. I bought that on release and just didn't get to it. Now I'm playing it, and he was like, are you playing Persona 5 Royal? And I was like, oh, no, but it's got the original. I didn't want to pay $60 for Royal. You know, I don't know what's different.
I don't either.
But apparently, like, it's almost like really good DLC. There's like another semester of school and another character, another villain. It's really, really good, but that sounds like DLC to me.
Yeah,
No,
can you
no.
buy it separately?
No, you have to buy this different $60 edition.
You get to play it all
or
over
the
again.
DLC. Yeah, another 100 hours
You
into
play it all
it.
over. What are you talking about? You love it.
That's why I was like, I like this, but I can't sink another 100
Yeah.
hours into it for
Is that how much time you
30
have
more
in it
hours of content.
right
I've
now?
got like 89 hours.
Woo, boy. Hell yeah. I got Tales of Arise today, which I'll never play, but it was on sale like on Discord. I think it might have been 404 Airlord Paul Pig was like, hey, this is on sale. I was like, okay, bye. Because it's like, I don't know, if I don't even fucking play it, I can just sell it later. You know what I mean? It's like for $30. Yeah, why not?
I picked up a couple of good deals this week on the Nintendo eShop. I got Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Never Dry.
Oh, boy.
Which is fun. I miss,
Yeah, have you
I
been
miss
playing
old.
it?
Oh yeah, I miss old Leisure Suit Larry from back in the King's
never
Quest
played
days,
one.
and
So
It's-
is that one from back in the day, or is that a newer
it's a
one?
new game.
Oh, okay.
And
All right.
there's a sequel to it, but it was like $4, and it normally is like $30. So
Yeah.
I picked that up, and the sequel is still like $25. So I'm not gonna pick that up yet.
Yeah.
But then I also got Contra Rogue Core.
Is that the one with the panda bear?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I've never heard of it until the other day, and they had it on sale for $4. So I picked it up. It's fun. It's like Diablo meets Contra.
Yeah, I
a
noticed it
little
was like
bit.
a top-down kind of like isometric
It
looking,
is,
isn't it?
but then sometimes it'll go into like shooting gallery mode, and but the weapons are similar. It's very like customizable though. Like each character has its own weapon style, and you can upgrade it and change it and add a better battery or a better cooldown or a better whatever. But it's really satisfying. Like one of the characters, the woman, she's got a laser, and you can just hold it down and just mow through enemies. And she's also got a gigantic like chainsaw that you can turn on and buzz through enemies with and all that stuff. It's a fun game. I've only gotten through like 1 or 2 levels of it. But I figured, fuck it, for $4, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
way
for
it might
sure.
be good to have on the shelf if I ever like. If I get tired of it now, it'll always be there if I want to pick it back up. So
I played a Halo.
Oh man,
nice.
I'm in the
Off that
Halo,
Halo
club
cherry.
now. Played a Halo Infinite.
I'm gonna guard my Halo cherry Christian heart over here.
Oh, I'm coming for it. I'm gonna get it.
Gage is into Halo Infinite.
Jesus,
right
man,
now.
I'm so bad at it. I don't know that because I've been playing with I play with my sister and my brother-in-law, and That was fine that night because it was like, okay, this is kind of new to us. And then like I started playing on my own a little bit because it's like I got to get better at this game, or like I'm just gonna feel bad if I don't get better at this game.
You playing it on PC or Xbox?
Xbox, but I think I might switch because when we were playing Back for Blood, I started on Xbox, and then I was like, fuck it, man, this thing's on Game Pass PC. And I'm like way better at games like this on the PC, so I switched, and yep, sure enough, I'm hitting zombies all of a sudden with guns. As opposed to being like shooting fucking 20 feet away from a zombie and then trying to like wrestle with the stick to, oh, nope, now he's gone. Oh, and now I gotta, it's the fuck, I hate fucking first person shooters on a controller, which sucks because I've been playing Deathloop, which is like, Tyler, I think you'd really like this game because it has like BioShock vibes to it. In like its storytelling and like, gameplay. It's like a game about like a guy who is trying to escape a time loop. He's trying to break the time loop. There was like this like rip in time and space, and then some people came in and tried to capitalize on that and like sell it as a, hey, this is a paradise kind of deal. And then I'm not that far into the story. Oh, that shit don't work out. And then you're kind of in the aftermath of that. And it kind of gave me like, that's what gave me BioShock vibes because it's like, oh, this is like Rapture and, you know, like all that. So it's pretty neat. But I lost like a fucking 2 hours of progress because I did something stupid. Because it's a roguelike. So you die and you wake back up on the beach where you started from. And then you kind of like loop, you start over, and like you keep all the information and shit that you get, but you like when you die you lose, like if you don't get to a save point like at the end of an act or whatever, you lose like all the weapons and shit that you picked up. And I spent like fucking an hour and a half like scouring one of the maps, finding all the shit, and then I fell into some icy water and died, and then
Oh, fuck.
so yeah, I lost all that, and I was like, well, I think I'm done playing this for the night.
Yeah,
and I haven't gone back to it. But the style's really cool. It's like definitely got like this mod vibe to it, like this late 60s kind of early 70s thing going on. It's cool.
Because I beat BioShock Remaster. I don't know if I talked about that.
I remember you talking about
said you
playing
got
it.
I was playing it. I finished it. Again, still, God, love that game so much.
Yeah.
Still, everything about it, just remembering like the twist, and it's just, fuck, man. It was good to go through it again, you know, kind of. You know, I don't think the remaster was like a huge deal, but it was enough that it was like, all right, it caught up enough that it's playable again.
Yeah.
It still looks good and fun. And yeah, bring it to anybody who loved it, do it again. Play through the remastered version.
I do want to get it and play it on Switch again, just because I've gone through the first game twice.
Yeah.
The second game I've gone through once, as well as Infinite. I'd like to replay those.
See, I've only done. Watch, I was pissed off in the first one. I accidentally killed Xander Cohen. I didn't want to in this playthrough, but I was swarmed with splicers and I shot him, and it's like, oh well, fuck. Because then I shot him early, so I didn't get like any of the shit that he was supposed to give me. If you kill him, of course, you can't get all the recordings and shit. I've never done that. I wanted to do that, but all right, fuck it. But I've never. I hear the BioShock 2 DLC Minerva's Den is supposed to be amazing. I've never played it.
I think I've played it when it was on. I think I may have gotten it on Xbox or something.
Yeah, 'cause I've heard it's one of the best DLCs.
But
in
I don't
all
remember
of
it,
DLC
so I don't know. Maybe it's just my old brain, or maybe I didn't get around to playing it.
Yeah. But I'm gonna next. I downloaded. I haven't started BioShock 2 Remastered, but I'm gonna do that.
You want to do some multiplayer?
Okay.
You want to do some deathmatch? See what that's
Sure.
all about?
I've never done any
I have-
multiplayer
it
was
in
fun.
BioShock.
I have
It was
played
fun.
the deathmatch for BioShock.
It was very un-BioShock feeling, but it was fun.
It
I
was
mean,
all right, yeah.
It was pretty zany. That's why I didn't feel BioShock. Because, I mean, everybody's using the fucking plasmids and
yeah.
all that. It's just setting up traps is a lot of fun, like in multiplayer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. Okay. Between, I'm finish Persona 5, then I'll finish BioShock 2, and then Hell, I'll probably play through Infinite again. I've only done that once whenever it came out, and that's it.
Infinite feels shorter to me. I don't know if it's actually a shorter game or if it just felt shorter.
Yeah.
But Infinite, I don't know. I felt like I blew through it in like 2 days.
I feel like that too. That's why I don't remember a whole bunch about it.
Yeah.
Because I beat it so fast. But
I only remember the ending, essentially. In the beginning, the barbershop quartet. And it's everything in between there's like, I don't know, there's like zip lines. And
Something about George Washington was attacking me at one point. I don't know.
well, what you guys been doing this week? Well, how were your Thanksgivings?
they were good. Nah, it was good. It was pretty low key. We do the like Cracker Barrel Thanksgiving, which is like, we joke about when we do it, but it's fucking awesome because no one has to do anything except go pick that shit up.
Yep.
No one's like stressing out about the food or like waking up at 4 a.m. to get shit going. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's not as good. Like the food isn't as good as like when my grandfather would fucking make Thanksgiving dinner, but it's definitely serviceable.
We always have. Tanya cooks every year. She loves to do that. She cooks the whole meal herself. And it's the turkey and stuffing and veggies and potatoes and hash brown casserole and all of it. But she's got it down to a science, but she cooks the turkey in a crock pot. We don't get a
so
full
it's
blown
super
turkey.
tender, yeah.
We get the breast,
Yeah.
We had,
Nice.
nice. we had actually gotten smart and bought everything a few weeks ago. We was freezing it, just to make sure we didn't whatever. But it's weird every year because what she'll do is the Wednesday night beforehand, like probably about 7 or 8 o'clock, she'll put the turkey in the crock pot and start to cook it. So it cooks from that point up until it's almost 24 hours. This thing cooks in a crock pot.
Is it driving you crazy because it smells great for 24 hours?
Because you wake up. I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to go pee, and the house smelled like turkey.
Right,
it was cooking. It's like, this is odd. This is odd. I wake up a few hours later to get up, house smelling like turkey even more.
It's like the opposite of frying eggs in the morning.
It is.
Where it's like, oh man, I ate those eggs 8 hours ago. The house still smells like eggs. This is great.
Oh man, it's the weirdest thing to wake up at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning and the house smell like dinner already, But
sounds good.
That's not a bad thing. And so we had that, and they came. Gage and his wife and Cohen, they came over. We ate, hung out, and that's about it. Just nothing crazy. They went home, and then we just chilled out and did that today too. After we got our shots, we just came home and watched TV all day. So it's been nice.
I got out.
Good.
I got out in that Black Friday madness.
Uh-oh.
Just to pick up a fucking Fire Stick. I ordered one on Best Buy's site like last night because I installed Minecraft on the Xbox that's in our room. And so because of that, 5 a.m, Henry was like in bed with us like, hey, can I play? You got some of that Minecraft on that Xbox in here? yeah, totally. Doing, like real crackhead shit.
Doing his best Marlon Wayans in Requiem.
And I was like, yeah, you can. Just let me sleep. Like, you just chill, play Minecraft. Daddy's going to sleep. And then, because I knew that shit was going to happen. That's why I placed an order for a Fire Stick. Because it's like, I'm just going to get one of those, plug it into this TV, and then we can move that Xbox into his room, and he can play to his heart's content. And he was like, I felt so bad. I felt like my parents because he was like, can we do this in the living room? And I was like, no. No. It's 2021. We got TVs in like every fucking room.
There's TVs everywhere.
Wouldn't you be more comfortable in your room, honestly? And he was like, oh, yeah. My bed's in there. It's like, yeah. And no one's going to come into your room and be like, get off, stop. We want to do something different. So we got that set up today, which was like, I was surprised because I've never been out in Black Friday madness. It was madness. Like, it really, like, when I pulled into the parking lot, it was like, holy shit, I didn't expect this, especially because of, the Rona. And it was like, but no, it's fine. Everyone's unfazed. And then, of course, I mask up going in, and I just go to the fucking pickup, grab it, and get out. But still, it was like, wow, this is fucking madness. And it was late in the day.
We used to talk about getting lawn chairs and going out and just sitting and watching the people.
Yeah.
Just for
You guys in line? No. No, we're here to watch you.
We've only ever done a Black Friday shopping thing once, and it was at Walmart. We needed a microwave. And so we went to Walmart on Black Friday and got a microwave, and it was nuts. They had the whole store fixed up for special lines, and we had to stand in line for 30 minutes to get to the thing. And yeah, I don't do that anymore.
No, that sounds awful.
It sucks.
If I can't do an order and pick it up at the store kind of deal, I'm just ordering off of Amazon and having it delivered. I mean,
I know people that still plan their whole day. They get geared up and go and
sounds awful.
Make multiple trips out. They'll come home, unload, go back out, and everything. It's like, jeez.
If you like shopping, I can see that being fun, but I don't like shopping.
Right.
So it's just shopping always feels like a chore. And internet shopping still kind of does, but it definitely lightens the load a little bit.
The only place I ever like camped and planned and all that shit was getting a Wii on release day. Like back in the day, and like that was some friends of mine. We all waited in line in shifts until we were able to because I had to go to work, so somebody else waited in line for 8 hours, for the day before I could get back. Wait in line again until we all got it.
Yeah,
we used to do it for Call of Duty. When the new Call of Duty game would come out, we'd go queue up, a couple of hours before release time.
Man, I used to do that
hang
shit
out with all those people, and it was always kind of a good time.
Yeah.
Because you get this, you build like this sort of weird camaraderie with these total strangers because you're all here for this.
Right.
Everything. And usually it's pretty fun, but we kind of fell off that, especially with digital releases and stuff becoming more commonplace. It just didn't seem like it made any sense.
I used to do those midnight releases too, but we never really had to wait or not long. You know what I mean? It's like show up 10 minutes before midnight, and you're gonna get your shit. If you ordered it, you're gonna get your shit.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, it was fun to just I don't know, hang out with strangers in a line and talk about this thing you're excited about getting.
Mm-hmm. One thing I do miss about not having an Xbox is playing Call of Duty. I always loved to play that game.
Yeah, I'm bad at that one too.
Yeah, well, so it goes.
Well, speaking of things I'm bad at, baseball games.
Before we get into Super Baseball, I want to say this so that I don't forget again, like I did last week.
Pringer.
What? Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. I want to remind everybody that. The deadline for Secret Santa, for TADPOG Secret Santa, if you want to get in on that, is December 6th. You can go to the TADPOG Facebook group, or you can go to the Discord and the announcements channel. There's a link to sign up. Also, Backlog Banisher Dane has finalized the unofficial TADPOG Trivia Contest number 5. He has some nice prizes that he's given away. And also, Big Dick Pie Baker, Chris Vaughn, has some grand prizes too, I believe. If you want to enter that, it's tinyurl.com/tadpogtrivia5. You have to do that by December 7th. And also, I got a video from one Ross Rachel Green from across the pond that is very Mr. Puzzly. I think he's in the running for Mr. Puzzles.
Oh, good.
So I'll let him and Dane kind of figure out who's going to be, because this video is when he sent it to me, I was like, that video is pretty fucking Mr. Puzzles.
I gotta see this.
Big Mr. Puzzles energy. So he said, if you want to wait until some of the others, he's like, I know a lot of stuff's going on right now. If you want to wait, that's totally cool. So, but that's on the horizon. So look for that early December. Ross has a fun little game put together it's cool.
I did have one thing I wanted to mention. I brought this up in Discord for anyone who gives a shit. I am no longer on Facebook. I deleted my Facebook account. So you can get to me on the Discord.
Write you a letter.
Write me a letter or postcard, Animal Crossing style.
Yeah.
Or I'm also on I'm also on TikTok and Twitter, so you can find me there, Wiz and Sage or Wiz and Sage Ian, respectively.
Your thirst traps on TikTok are very nice.
Yeah, I know, right?
They are.
But I know, like,
I loved your manhunt thirst trap. Sorry.
Well, this is also kind of specifically for Ross because I know he's always trying to reach me on Messenger, but my Messenger, Facebook Messenger, never works right. I got tired of wrestling with it. And so, Ross, if you've been trying to reach me, you're going to have to find me at one of those other mediums. And that goes for anybody else. I'm pretty good about responding if you message me. But I just didn't want anyone to think anything was wrong because I just disappeared from Facebook all of a sudden. I've been thinking about it for weeks, and finally I decided to pull the trigger. So,
yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. I only have one more thing to say before we start talking about Super Baseball Simulator 1000. And I'm sure this is going to eat up at least 3 hours. But
What you have to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the first time in my life, saw the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, no.
Yeah, with B. Arthur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Shit, I
dog.
already watched it.
Yeah, she sings like a song. It's bad. I mean, she's honestly, she is the best, like, in that whole special. And it's still.
Is she playing B.
bad.
Arthur, or is she like Kai Adimundi's mother or some shit?
She's playing a bartender at the cantina.
Okay.
God, it has been so long
Yeah.
since I've seen it. I can't bring myself to watch it.
She sings a musical number. I saw it on, there's a riff tracks of it, and that's how I saw it. And that is absolutely the best way to experience it. Cause like I started watching it and like Nikki came in and she's like, what is this? And I was like, this is an actual Star Wars thing. And I was like, that's Chewbacca's dad, and his name is Itchy. And she's like, what is he watching, porn? And I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome. We did get introduced to Boba Fett in the Star Wars Holiday Special.
That is true. For what it's worth. So anyway. A little less than 3 hours,
Sounds
but
pretty good.
the special's super long too. Like, I mean, this riff tracks was like 2 fucking hours because it included commercials because it was just one of theirs that they recorded like way back in the day.
Oh man, that's good.
And so it's like there are all these commercials and shit that they're riffing on, and it's dude, they were my favorite one. And they like it's like a running joke in the thing is like there's this like they have because kids are watching it, and it's like Christmas is coming up, so they have toy commercials, and there's one for this fucking like jank ass robot called Tobor, and so it's this like plastic looking robot that's like essentially
So that's just robot backwards.
they say that at the end of the commercial. And I laughed my ass off because we're watching it. And I looked at Nikki and I was like, that's robot backwards. And then, like, at the end of the commercial, the dude's like giving all the details, batteries, and his robot backwards. Tobor is robot spelled backwards.
Yep. I actually remember
Tobor Alucard.
So that becomes a running joke in the riff tracks. And it's fucking, I love it.
I want to watch that because, I was like 4 or 5 when that came out.
Yeah.
And
Dude, it's on YouTube.
I want to watch it because I want to just for the commercials.
It's on YouTube, man.
I want to see how many of the commercials I remember.
God.
It drove me crazy. Even back then when they would sell you like an action figure play set. And of course, they had this elaborate fucking area that they're playing in with rivers and streams and real desert hills and all this stuff. And then you get the shit home and you're like, wait, I don't have any of the other shit.
Yeah, I got orange shag carpet.
Yeah. Green carpet in my bathroom.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, so it's pretty bad, but it was really.
I'm gonna change my name on Discord to Tobor.
Tobor, or just change it to robot spelled backwards.
Yeah. I will. I'll do that.
Ian is robot spelled backwards.
I don't want to.
Egas. Wonderful.
I can't hold on to the Mr. Puzzles thing because I'm not Mr. Puzzles.
It's pretty good though.
I love it.
It's pretty good, man.
I'll be the real Mr. Puzzles. One of those posers can be Mr. Puzzles.
I can't believe that they actually released a special it is literally 80% Chewbacca's family just roaring at each other. And it's like, That's kind of it. That's kind of it. No subtitles or like anything.
What do they call, what are the Wookiees call Christmas?
Life Day.
Life Day.
And
yes.
Han says something at one point that I totally want to clip because he says, "Have a nice life day." And I'm like, man, that sounded sarcastic. I like that.
God.
Yeah, it's pretty good. A stormtrooper dies on Life Day. How is that possible?
Is this what made Harrison Ford into the asshole he is today? Is doing this special and be like, God damn it.
What have I done?
Dude just wanted to carpent, you know?
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, check out the riff tracks of the holiday special. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Would you hear that, Dave?
I do hear that. It sounds like the many roars of Lumpy, Chewbacca's son. Lumpy.
Lumpy, itchy Chewbacca.
There is, God, man, there's a segment where like Lumpy is just like learning how to like program a soundboard. That's it. That's just it. It's a long scene. All the scenes in the movie last way too long. It's pretty great. Check it out. I think you'll like it. Of course I hear that. Which ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Super Baseball Simulator 1.000.
Did you mean Super Foul Ball Simulator? 1.000.
I did.
That's
weird.
what I played.
Yeah, that's the one you got. That is it's a 1991, and this is where I feel like Wikipedia is wrong. I think citation is needed. A 1991 traditional baseball simulation video game.
Sure. Because of lightning balls and stuff.
And yeah, so that's, citation
Yes,
needed.
traditional.
It was by Culture Brain for the Super NES. It is the sequel to the NES game Baseball Simulator 1000. This game is called Super Ultra Baseball in Japan, which is honestly a way better name than Baseball Simulator 1000 because Baseball Simulator 1000 makes it seem like it is a baseball simulator, and it's not.
Yeah. It's 1,000% not.
It's 1,000% not. Which you would think would be good. Like that would turn me on and be like, all right, fucking yeah, no, get some fucking non-simulation baseball in this motherfucker. How about Turns out,
Mega Man shooting baseballs out of his blaster and shit.
Yeah.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
see?
I'm on board with this. No, it turns out I hated this game. I fucking hated it a lot.
Yep.
Lots to hate.
And I'm willing to go through a list of the reasons why, as I'm sure that maybe you guys are. I don't know if you hated it or not.
Prepare your list of grievances.
Festivus begins now.
Yeah, Festivus is upon us.
Oh, I hated it too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was awful
Yeah.
in pretty much every way. I mean, I don't know. It's just I don't even know where to begin. Why don't you do your list?
SNES Drunk had good things to say about it. So I was like,
I
all right,
haven't seen
cool,
his.
cool. This will be fun. No, it was not fun. He was wrong. He was wrong.
The NES game is fun because I streamed Super Baseball Simulator 1000, and then I was like, man, guys, this fucking kind of sucks. I know there was a prequel to this on the NES. I got the NES hooked up. Let's give it a go. I tried it, and I was like, oh, this is a lot better. And it's honestly, it's because, and I hate to say this, it's because it's a lot easier. The AI, I feel like in the SNES version is fucking insane. Like, I mean, it is insane. Like it is like you gotta maybe know from
triple plays all the fucking time.
Well,
Yeah.
I learned how to strike them out every time.
How do you do that?
Throw a slow ball.
Yeah.
You just throw slow, and they never hit it. I shut down an entire. I got a no hitter
Jesus Christ.
by throwing the slow ball every single time.
That sounds boring.
It is. It is.
Yeah. A little tedious.
Yeah. And it was only like a 3-inning no hitter. It wasn't like I went 9 innings and tried to do that, but no, I couldn't have made it just out of sheer boredom.
That's honestly probably my favorite thing about this game is that you can choose to play just 3 innings if you want to. Because it has like there's a cool mechanic to it, but a mechanic that I actually really like, and I think it's really neat. And it is like, well, why is it called Baseball Simulator? Because you have superpowers. They're called ultras that you can play with or you can play without them. There's like 3 leagues. There's like American League, National League, and then fucking Ultra League.
Ultra League.
And they're the ones that are like the fucking...
They're from Rapture. Team Rapture.
Team Rapture. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they have all their plasmids. And like you can assign like batting superpowers to players. You can assign fielding superpowers to players and pitching superpowers to players. And those are actually kind of neat.
They are, and that's why I thought this would be a cool game, because it's a neat little dynamic that isn't present for other games, but it just ended up being more confusing to me.
And there's a lot of powers, too. Like, I mean,
a lot
of them. And like I want to point out, the instruction manual for this game is 40 pages long. That's 40 pages long.
Yes, it is.
And it is a baseball game. It's also like, it's extremely meandering because it's like there is a fun page called Battery Backup System where they spend a whole page saying, don't shut the game off when it's on these 4 screens. And they show you like thumbnails. Do not turn off right after the game is the instruction. And then you have four thumbnails. And then step 3, right after the mode, you don't watch. And then they have 4 more thumbnails. And it's like, okay. But there's Ultra Batting. Ultra Batting has 15 special powers. There are things like, my favorite is Missile Hit. Missile Hit, if you use it. Yeah,
it's like it hits with a Kamehameha wave.
Yeah, and it's like if someone tries to catch it, they just get blown away with it in that straight line, and then they hit the back wall. So I think that's fun. I like that. And then there's Trimmer Hit, which was nice. Reba McEntire comes out with a shotgun and
summon a graboid.
Man, we need a Final Fantasy game that has like Reba McEntire in it. She's a summon.
We could recut Final Fantasy 6 to all the summons are country stars.
Oh man, are there that many country stars? Hank Williams Jr. There we go. Trimmer Hit, like when you hit it, you make an earthquake, and then like no one can catch the ball.
Tritovich can be Dolly Parton. It'd be fun.
It's pretty good. Who would Stray be?
Oh, who is the Gaffieri? Even though he's not a country singer.
Oh, did you say Kid Rock?
Yes. He's with a cat in a wife beater, and that's just it.
Let's recut Final Fantasy VII to put. Let's replace Choco Mog with Kid Rock. There are things like Leaf Hit, where you hit the ball, and then in the middle of the air it turns into a leaf and slowly falls down. Invisible. Which you hit it and then the ball turns invisible. But weirdly, the AI knows where it is. Strange.
Yeah.
Funny how that works.
I feel like I fielded several invisiballs because if you hit a ball right on the foul line, the shadow won't show up on the white line. So you're just seeing the camera move. You don't know what's happening.
Yeah. The fielding in this game I hate so much.
Unless it comes right to you, fucking forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about
You got to
it.
get under the shadow of the ball, which is almost never anywhere near any of your players.
Yeah.
You can't figure out where to run.
And like I feel like the running is really slow, which I feel like was a decision that they made because it takes a long time for like a player to get to first base, second base to third base, like a long time. And I feel like it was a design decision after the fact. I honestly feel like they were like, fuck, this fielding is like really unresponsive. We need to give players like way more time to deal with this madness. And then I feel like that's why they made the runners all slow. Cause like, and I honestly do feel like playing the NES version versus the Super NES version, and the NES version came out in '89. So it's only a 2-year difference. The NES version, like the fielding is snappy. I mean, it feels like it feels tight. In Super Baseball Simulator, it honestly was just like, it felt unresponsive.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was one of those moments where it's like, I'm glad, I know I say this shit a lot, but it was like, oh, I'm glad I'm playing this on original hardware, because otherwise I would be like, is this like a input lag thing? Or no, it's just that the controls are just that bad.
Because what was it? And really, when I say Super Foul Ball Simulator, I hit 80% of my hits were foul balls.
It was easy to hit a foul. Super easy.
A ton of my opponents foul balls.
Yeah.
I mean, everything was a fucking foul ball.
Yeah, no, I feel that for sure. I mean, anytime I feel like in the Super NES version I was able to hit it, it was a pop fly. Like, I mean, 90% of the time, to the point where I had to like rely on missile hit. Like, I mean, it's like I have to use these
That's
ultras.
the only way to do a line drive.
Otherwise, I can't. Yeah, otherwise I can't get on first base. I mean, it's
pops up 5 miles into the air, and you wait for it to.
It's going to be outfield. Where am I in the outfield? I won't know for 5 more minutes as it slowly gets there.
Yeah.
and they'll catch it every time. The AI, there's no such thing as an error. It doesn't matter if they're the worst team in the league. They're still like, there are no errors. They're just fucking they're baseball machines out there, which isn't fun. I mean, in the NES version, which I thought was very easy, that got old too, because it's like there needs to be a balance. Like, it needs to be
challenging, but still easy to play.
right, easy to play, and I need to feel like I have a chance.
Yeah, yeah.
I got mercy ruled out of like every single game I played on Super Baseball Simulator. I mean, it's like they get 10 runs ahead, and it's like, okay, game over. Which, I mean, part of that, I'm sure, is that I'm not good at baseball games, but another part of that is that they don't give you a lot of, this is not a very accessible game for somebody who is learning or is like a novice baseball video game player.
Right.
So, there are special pitches too, of course, the ultras, which I thought the pitching was fine. My main issue was with the fielding, but like the pitching is fine. But you can do like electricity shots and stuff like that, which, as far as I was able to tell, like a lot of those elemental pitches just made them faster.
Yeah, and they still got hit every time.
Yeah, they would still get hit.
And what was fucked up is, like, you could throw that one where the ball like wiggles as it goes across the plate.
Yeah.
And when he hits it, it continues to wiggle. It doesn't straighten out. It continues to wobble and go, and now you're paying the price for having used that special pitch in the first place.
Yeah.
This sounds like all the power should have also been Gremlins from Gremlins 2.
Oh, man.
Like, you hit the Lady Gremlin shot, and all the baseball players flock to it.
Oh, dude. I would kill for a Gremlins 2 baseball game on the NES. If anybody is out there like programming shit for the NES, give me an off-brand Gremlins 2, a Cramlins. Give me a Cramlins 2 baseball game.
Hal Keegan is all-time umpire. Umpire.
I think Gremlins 2 is on HBO Max. I need to revisit that
I
one.
can't stand those movies.
Oh no, not a fan.
Liked when the first one came out, it scared me as a kid. It gave me nightmares.
The first one's definitely scarier than the second one. The second one's like a cartoon come to life.
The second one is that Key and Peele skit.
Yeah.
Like, it had to be how that movie got made.
I don't know this, but the rumor that I've heard is that movie was essentially like, oh, you want a Gremlins 2 sequel? All right, I'll make a Gremlins 2 sequel about how fucked up it is that this is how movies are and this is how sequels are. And it was like all intentional. And that's why it's so good, I guess. That's like that Predator argument where it's like, what were they trying to say with Predator? Because as a kid, I was like, holy shit, this is about killing shit.
Right.
And then like as an adult, I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, this is about how all this shit is like fucking horrible. Like this shit, yeah, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
But you can take it both ways.
Yeah.
I like movies like that where it's like, you can have it.
It's open for interpretation.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, Kremlins 2, baseball game. Let me know. I'm fucking
Cramlins 2 Baseball Boogaloo. It's going to be great.
I'll help kickstart that. I will help kickstart that. That'd be great. Yeah, you choose. I'm gonna bat as the fucking spider gremlin. That's what I want to do. Or yeah, he's the catcher because he got webs.
Yeah, there you go.
And then there's also fielding ultras. There's a rocket jump, a super catch. So stuff like that.
I'd say I never fucked with any of that.
I didn't really either. There's like a team editor, which is kind of cool.
You can play as the manager too.
There's like a manager mode, which
that's interesting.
That is neat, especially I feel like for the time 91. That feels kind of early-ish
Feels
for
early for
that
that.
on a console.
Early in console.
Yeah, that's more feels more like a PC kind of thing. So that is neat. But man, I don't ever want to play this game again. And it's kind of one of those where it's like, if I do want to play a baseball game, I'm probably just gonna play like fucking Bases Loaded or something on the NES. Like that's my go-to. The NES is like my go-to for like that's the level of sophistication that I want in a baseball game.
games. Yeah, well, and I found it strange that this one made it to the list. I mean, we've had some kind of bad games, but this one to me just didn't seem to fit because the two sports games we did play were pretty good. The soccer game, as you said, you liked it.
I like Super Soccer.
And then the tennis game, Smash Tennis,
was
really good.
Natsume Championship Wrestling.
Well, yeah.
Sports entertainment game.
But I felt like this was not a worthy entry to that catalog. I don't think that was a good choice. I don't know much about baseball games for the SNES, but I don't know that this doesn't seem like it necessarily fit as a good choice. I'm sure there are better ones if you're a baseball game person. If you want to play that kind of thing, this is probably not the one you're going to go to. I was disappointed.
What was that game we played that had the you were like in Toyland and getting the puzzles and the keys and all that shit?
Jelly Boy.
Was it Jelly Boy that you did that? All right, this is like the. If Jelly Boy was a baseball game, it's this. Yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of see it because I mean the AI is just that rough.
Yeah,
and it honestly felt like even if I got good at this, I would have to like learn tricks to exploit the AI to get runs. And again, maybe that's just because I'm not good at this game. I admit, not good at this game, but just from playing it like 2 hours, I got that feeling. I got the feeling where it's like, I'm not going to beat the AI. Like, I mean, it's going to take like 20 hours for me to like learn how to beat this AI.
Well, and it gets better because I managed to put some points on the board, and
nice.
Some runs. And, we were neck and neck I played a 5-inning game, and I'd say probably about 4th inning, we were pretty even, in score. I'd gotten a feel for the fielding. I'd gotten a little bit more able to use it, but then they started getting better, and then they just started whipping my ass, and it really kicked in. So, yeah, you're right. I don't think it's possible. Or if it is, someone much better than me is going to be the one to do it because I am not going to fuck with this game again.
I felt some rubber banding in the NES version too because I was playing a 9-inning game earlier, and it was like I was winning 5-0, and then I mean it was just like in the 9th inning, they were like, "All right, we upped the difficulty 5 notches, so get ready."
Get ready to lose.
And I did. I mean, they fucking like scored 6, and it was just like, okay, it's over.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks for all your hard work. We could have shut this down a long time ago and chose not to.
Which is fine if I feel like, okay, that was close, that felt good, but it didn't. It was just like, oh, now they just turned it on.
Yeah, yeah.
Uncle Phil broke out Lucille. I mean, it was just, it did. It felt like I was being fucking sharked. The graphics are pretty standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bunch of white guys with brown and blonde hair and white and color uniforms. Yep.
The teams are pretty
faceless, nameless.
Generic.
Phil, Chad,
Boss.
Tom. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, which is fine. I don't think it needs for me to enjoy a sports game, it doesn't need like a license or anything. But it's just something of note.
I wouldn't know what that meant anyway.
Right.
It may as well be random.
Sure. The sound I felt like was okay.
It was fine.
Nothing really stood out to me as like fantastic.
Yeah.
But it was also like nothing stood out as, "Ugh, what the fuck is that?"
Right.
My favorite art in the game is actually like when the umpire is like, "Play ball," and there's like this like
on the scoreboard.
there's just like Sprite on the scoreboard, and it's like, okay, that's neat looking. In the NES version, whenever someone gets a run or something, there's this like cute little cutscene of like the person who hit the home run, like doing a dance in front of the dugout, and it's all like very like anime style looking, and it's like, okay, that's nice. I like that. And if you hit somebody with the like, if you're pitching and you hit a batter, the fucking face they make is very like Punch Out-esque, where it's just like cartoony, like. Ugh. So that's kind of fun too.
I want a baseball mayor where they charge the mound and it turns into a Street Fighter, like side scrolling.
That's pretty good. I like that. Isn't there a hockey game that
I was
does
going to
that?
say, I think there's a hockey
Yeah,
game.
where it turns into yeah.
You can fight each other, start a fight, and then it becomes a fighting game.
Man, what was the last hockey game that we played? I can't remember the name of it. It was like generic name, like Power Hockey or something like that.
But it was like the NBA Jam version of hockey.
All I remember from that is the guy saying, "Why I oughta," over and over and over again. I thought the controls sucked, especially for fielding. It got really frustrating. They felt really like sloppy, molassesy.
Molasses high.
I like that. And I thought it was not very accessible. I thought the challenge was too much, very challenging. And I feel like for a game that has like so much potential to have character with the special abilities and these mutant powers, essentially, that it really just feels like it's wasted, because it's like, other than that, this game honestly feels very like it has no personality. The NES version, on the other hand, has those cutscenes and this like stuff going on that gives it like charm. It almost feels like Culture Brain was like, we need to make a serious, in order to get the Americans to play this, we need to name it something serious, and we need to strip it of any kind of like fun, except for the mutant abilities.
Which that'll keep the Japanese people playing it. So that's what we'll do.
So I don't know. Big not recommend for me.
Yeah.
So
Yep. I'm with you. You guys have any achievements?
I do.
yeah, what do you got?
I got you're out, I'm fucking in. And no, you're fucking out, I'm fucking in. And to get you're fucking out, I'm fucking in, throw a no-hitter with nothing by pitching nothing but slow balls to the AI. They just can't hit them. And then it's like I got half of an achievement, but I don't know what to call it.
Oh, fucking let's do it. I love this.
When you throw a pitch, the wobbly pitch, and then the fucking AI hits it and it's wobbly, and now it's your problem. You can't. I don't know what to call that.
My mind goes to Weeble's Wobble, but
There you go.
I don't know. I don't know how you finish that.
The baseball version of that gun from Roger Rabbit.
All right. I'll take it. So throw that weaving, wobbling back and forth pitch, have them hit it, and then now you can't catch the fucking
It's
thing.
like a
because
baseball
it's
with a
doing the same
mohawk and
thing.
sunglasses, and it talks to you. Yeah, throw me. Throw me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you explaining the cover to the wonderful movie Major League?
Major
Yep,
League.
yep, there you go.
Man, I love that movie.
It should have been a character.
too.
Major League 4, the baseball is a character. Dogs.
That would have been great. Or fuck it. The baseball is a character in Ready Player One.
While whoever Reggie Vaughn, is it Reggie Vaughn or whatever?
Vaughn, yeah.
Vaughn dies, is reincarnated
As
the baseball.
Oh, yeah.
on
I like
Major
that.
League 4.
I like
So
that. We need a ROM hack of Yo Noid, but it's Yo Baseball from Major League.
how can we save the city? The mayor says we can only trust the baseball from Major League.
Okay, hear me out. In Kremlin's 2, the baseball game, the boss team you have to fight is just that baseball from Major League. There's just one of them. But somehow he's really good. You'd think he would be good.
Better be good.
Better be. I have a couple achievements. These came in from Twitch chat. The first achievement I have is forever. Reference to Sandlot. Is it parentheses here? Forever. In order to unlock that, you play a game that goes into extra innings. Which is possible. Ooh. I did play a game to the 10th inning in the NES version. And then the next achievement I've got is... Oh, did I say that one came from Bovine Bear Matt?
You didn't?
Okay, no. That one came in from Bovine Bear Matt. Next achievement I've got is There's No Crying in Baseball. In order to unlock There's No Crying in Baseball, you need to... witness the pitcher have a straight-up mental breakdown in the middle of the game.
I saw that because he's like literally standing out there freaking out because he's tired, and you're supposed to switch him out, but I couldn't remember how to do that, so I just worked him until he fucking... I just fucking worked his ass to death.
Great.
I don't care.
Way to go, Bezos.
You make a lot of money.
But they do. They are freaking out there. And what happened to me was... Like, they were getting tired, like, in inning 2. And I was like, is this supposed to happen? And then someone in chat was like, you have just been throwing fastballs. That's all that you've been doing. I'm like, yeah, that's how you do it, right? Like, no. You got to let them rest a little bit.
Which is interesting, because then you start to get a little inaccurate and you start to make mistakes and stuff because you've been wearing your pitcher out.
That is true.
That is a neat dynamic.
That is, but I wouldn't notice.
Right.
That's kind of the problem, is because to me it's like all the same. I was bad at this before and I'm bad at this now.
No difference.
Right? And that one came in from Usurper Grimm. Next achievement I have is Fig 8 Make Me Cry. That's a TADPOG deep cut.
That should have been mine for my wiggly pitch one.
In order to unlock Fig 8 Make Me Cry, fucking bean a guy with some kind of lightning ball. And that came in from Bubba Drewski. And I had a bunch of really, really, really good achievements. So I've got a fourth one. This one is Subpar Baseball Simulator 1000. In order to unlock Subpar Baseball Simulator 1000, get effortlessly outclassed by your NES prequel. And that came in from P. Willie Eaton of the Steam Machine podcast. So, Tyler, do you have any?
Yeah, I've got 3.
Nice.
My first one is Sure, I Bet. And you unlock Sure, I Bet. Have the opponent get 3 triple plays against you in a game.
Those aren't rare at all, are they?
Nah, it happens all the time.
I think like early on, they get a double play against me, and it was like inning 1, and I'm like, these are rare, right? I mean, they like.
I just have 2 people. How? The other one is Yamcha, bitch.
Oh, fuck.
You unlock that by using all the superpowers in a tournament over the course of a tournament.
God, fuck Kremlins too. I want the Dragon Ball baseball game where it's just Yamcha and then other people you've never seen in the series. They're just they're just players.
Just background characters.
Right.
There is one episode of Dragon Ball Super where they play baseball. And Yamcha's trying to show them how to play baseball because he's the only one who's any good at it.
I want to watch that. I like Yamcha. I feel like...
Oh, yeah, he became just a joke in Z.
I know.
Yeah,
and
like from the start.
That's kind of how it opens, right? Yeah. But I mean, he's like, in Dragon Ball, like when you meet Yamcha, it's like, holy shit, this guy is a badass. Mm-hmm. I do feel like Dragon Ball, like I'm not an expert at all on Dragon Ball, but that is like a good metaphor for like power creep. Because it's like, you know, when you get like a tabletop RPG and you get the core rule books and you're like, okay, all this seems to check out. That's Dragon Ball. Yeah. And then 8 years later, when you're on the fucking 50th supplementary text and you're like, oh, this class waves his sword and then the apocalypse happens. That's like the Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. The Book of Nine Swords is absolutely the Dragon Ball Z compendium for D&D.
Yeah.
Because because in Dragon Ball Super there's the tournament of power where all the universes pick their top 10 people and
right.
tournament.
I've heard about this.
And Yamcha's all like, man, I better gear up, I better train them, I get ready for them to come ask me. Everyone gets invited but Yamcha.
But see, I like Yamcha, I like Krillin, I like Oolong. I mean, like I like the characters that are kind of like if they're going to do anything, they are going to have to work harder than anybody else in the show. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I like characters like that.
I like in Team 4-Star that Yajirobe and Corin, who grows like the cat with the staff who grows senzu beans, are like this bitter gay couple.
I do like that.
And then my last one is Floated, parentheses, reference to Rookie of the Year. And that is also pitch a no-hitter from doing only slow pitches.
Oh, okay, cool.
Pitcher's got a big butt.
Oh, yeah, we used to do that shit all the time in T-ball.
Hell yeah, man.
He can it.
Fucking Rookie of the Year. We watched that probably about 2 years ago.
I read the book. I loved it so much.
Wait, is the movie based on a book, or was this a novelization of the film?
I'm pretty sure it was a novelization of the film.
Yes. Is there a novelization of Gremlins 2?
God, I hope so. We'll kickstart that if there's not.
That'd be the Patreon bonus content, as a reading from Gremlins
Give
2.
me 200 books and I'll write Gremlins 2 as a novel.
Cockmaster Shake's going to be mad that you're reading so many books. No one listening gets that joke. That was an off the mics thing.
Mine was from Eastbound and Down, by the way. It was a baseball joke.
Oh my God.
The Kenny Powers.
Fucking
I
yeah.
love Eastbound
You're
and
fucking
Down,
out.
though.
I'm fucking in.
Yeah,
Oh,
God
okay.
damn it. I'm mad at myself for
been
not
so long
getting
since I've
that
seen that.
reference.
I just wanted to make sure everyone listening knew that
Damn
I'm
it.
so insecure that I want to make sure that everyone knows that I was a baseball reference.
No, I'm glad that you did, because I am mad now that I missed it. And you even put all the fucking Fiexons on it. Damn it. All right, I've got to.
I just fucking finished that show a few weeks ago, and the Fiexons that got me every time. Every time.
I've got a new achievement. It's called Daryl. I don't know how you unlock it, but I just wanted to make a Simpsons reference.
Cut those sideburns. Who is he talking to?
Boggs.
Wade Boggs.
Yeah. Oh man, I meant to replay Roger
was
Clemens.
was that the baseball one that was doing the sideburns, or was it the football one?
No, it was the baseball
Okay,
one.
okay.
Yeah, because it was Mr. Burns and
Boggs,
yeah.
cut those sideburns.
What did I tell you about cutting those sideburns? And he's like got a mohawk.
Dude. Okay, the Gremlins 2 baseball team, the Dragon Ball baseball team, and the Simpsons baseball team. We just need to like
This is the
needs,
league. We
Yeah,
have to make-
this needs to be like fucking Smash Brothers. Everybody's here. Fuck, man, I was good. Oh, fuck, I was gonna say something. I lost. Oh yeah. So Cathusiast Jeff asked me. He's like, "What's better when I was streaming, Super Baseball Simulator 1000 or Roger Clemens MVP Baseball?" And I was like, "It has been so long since I played Roger Clemens that I don't know the answer to that."
This is better.
Is it? Yeah, you prefer this?
I thought Roger Clemens was damn near unplayable.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't get a hit, I couldn't get a run. Like in here, I scored some. You know, I caught a few balls. Like it was at least somewhat playable as opposed to Roger.
I'm glad you remember
Yeah,
that
it was awful.
because I just like Men in Black, like gone from my mind.
Yeah, Roger Clemens is a bottom 50 game for me.
Wow. Combat basketball though is pretty good.
Oh, absolutely.
Bill Lambier.
God bless Bill Lambier.
And that's only half a joke. Like Bill Lambier's combat basketball is better than Jelly Boy. It's better than it's better than Jelly Boy.
Street Hockey 95.
It's definitely better than Street Hockey 95. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
I have a question for you. If you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would give it a beard of feathers possessed by that bird that Randy Johnson hit with a fastball and made it explode.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad for that bird.
This
but I
game
mean,
is that
that's pretty
bird
funny.
mid-explosion.
Oh, I thought it was because that's his superpower.
Carol.
Tyler, if you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would it be?
the bloody tears of Fabio when he got hit in the face with that bird in the roller coaster.
You had me at Bloody Tears, man. I heard the song in my head. I freaking love Bloody Tears. Best track in Castlevania ever.
Yep.
Bloody Tears.
And I love when it was in the show too.
Yeah.
Also very cool.
I need to finish that.
I haven't seen the last season yet.
Yeah,
either.
I haven't seen the last season. I've been playing Aria of Sorrow. I didn't mention that earlier.
Oh, sweet.
Man, that is a good game that
Aria
I'm
of Sorrow's
stuck
very
in, and I'm
good.
going to quit. So
Oh, damn.
I'm stuck. I'm going to all the places in the castle, and I'm like, nope. I don't think I'm gonna make a third lap in the castle to try to figure out where to go.
Yeah.
So my options are stop playing and play one of the fucking million other games that I can play, or look up a guide. And I'm to the point now where I feel like I'm over leveled. So it's because I've been going around the cat, and it's just like okay, is this even going to be fun if I like find the next area because I'm killing everything in one hit? So I don't know. It's also very bright compared to Symphony of the Night. Like Symphony of the Night felt like very grungy, and Aria of Sorrow doesn't have.
You're a guy in a perfect white jacket.
Yeah, it doesn't have that feel.
With blue hair.
But I did enjoy like up until the point I got stuck. I was like, man, this is fucking great.
I love Aria. Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow, both fantastic games.
I love the blue mage aspect of it, of like collecting the souls of the enemies and gaining the powers that way. That's my favorite thing about the game. I just wish I was better at Metroidvanias because I'm super stuck. And just want a hint to get to the next area, as opposed to if I look at a guide, I'm gonna like have to scroll through it and then be
Try
like,
to find where.
and I'm gonna spoil shit and all that. So I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to like run away with your achievement there.
Aria
your
of Sorrow.
Glasses. So why would you give it Fabio's bird face?
It's like getting hit in the face with a bird.
It's like being on a roller coaster with Fabio.
Yeah, you're all
what's
excited
worse.
for it. Like, oh man, I'm having a roller coaster with Fabio, and you get hit in the face with a bird.
You're like, I could talk about this on a podcast someday. Yeah. Did he ever recover from that bird injury?
No.
or- Yeah.
He's still like that.
You don't hear about him a lot anymore, do you?
That's true, you don't.
Is he still on covers of bodice rippers?
I hope so. I hope he's always on covers of Harlequin romance novels and all of Josh's mom's books.
Oh, did she read those?
Oh my god! Have I not told you about this?
No. Are you allowed
They
to
had
on
to
the
build
show?
a special walk-in closet in his garage to hold all of her Harlequin romance novels.
Wow, that's a
As you
lot.
walk in, and it is a miniature library of paperback romance novels.
Motherfuckers think I got a porn problem.
So many. It is. I walked in. I was like, "Your poor mother."
The library theme from Symphony of the Night plays when the door opens. I'm like the Chrysagraman
You
here.
use a library card. You go to her, sit behind a desk. Hello.
Oh my God.
I'm looking for the reference section.
It's like, man, Rod must be constantly in the carpenter shop. That poor Josh's mom just not getting it.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of books.
And even then, I remember Josh saying they had thrown away or donated like trash bags full of her books.
Wow.
Like, just loves like romance novels.
That's got to be harder now than it used to be, right? Because like I remember like 20 years ago, there were plenty of places to get used books like locally.
Yeah.
Like there were
Blue
stores.
Fox in Benton. And,
Yeah, stores dedicated to that, and it's just
That's just McKay's in Nashville. That's it.
right. You have to drive, or we have to drive in order to do that now, which sucks.
I want to say downtown in Lower Town on Broadway, the building that originally was Flamingo Row, the multicolored tile.
Yeah.
After Flamingo Row moved out, I want to say that place became a used bookstore.
No shit.
But I don't think it.
Probably-
I don't think it stood.
not open
I mean, this
anymore.
has been years
Yeah.
and years ago.
Yeah.
But it was neat. You go in.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
they had stacks and stacks of used books. And
Dude, I used
it
to
was
love
great,
that shit,
but
man.
I think it shut down.
Same as like going to like I used to love going to used bookstores and just browsing because you find the weirdest shit, and it's all cheap
Yeah.
too, or it used to be. And then it's like I used to get that like same feeling like in comic book shops. I don't get that feeling anymore. I haven't been to a comic book shop in years, but the last time I went, it was kind of like, well, I mean, everybody kind of knows what's worth shit, and like a lot of people They're just buying stuff because they're prospecting or something. But like I remember there was this like fucking tiny ass, like it wasn't even a comic book shop. It was almost like a thrift shop or something. But they had like long boxes. This was when I was in high school, and I remember like going there and just going through them and picking out these old Spider-Man comics. And it's like, how much is this? 20 cents? Okay. Like they were just charging cover price for these old books. And
Shit.
they're probably not worth anything, but it didn't matter because I read them.
read them
Like, I
and
brought them
The
home
shit-
and read them. And
I remember Crash comics back when it
when they
was
were downtown.
No, back when
What?
it was out on Old 45, it was in a house.
Oh
It
my God,
started
I
in
didn't
a
know
fucking
that.
house.
It was in Crash's house.
like
Crash the Bandicoot lived there. You had to spin through crates in order to
put on a mask and Woodabaga. Enter.
he had his shop was set up in a house like 10 miles almost to Mayfield.
Jesus
on Old
Christ.
45, and you'd go in there and he had all his long boxes out all over not in his house. It was a house. That
Sure,
he
sure.
Had
He was using as, like,
he
the
was using
storefront.
as his
Sure.
store. But you just go in the rooms, and he didn't even have tables. The boxes were sitting on the floor, and you would get down and thumb through them, and that's how I got all my comics.
Yeah.
Shit.
Then he moved to.
downtown. I
Downtown.
love that. And that fucking blue
They were in the
building.
mall at one point.
I remember
Legends.
Warlords. Oh, it was Legends.
Legends,
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right. It was
yeah.
Legends in the mall.
No, Crash was there too.
That's
No,
where-
was it really?
He was in there briefly in that one right by that back entrance. That's never anything
okay.
now.
Yeah.
He was in there, and then he went to his
A good
place over in
30% of
Kentucky.
those are just emptying our mall now.
Yeah. I remember going to Legends in the mall specifically to buy Gin 13 to masturbate to. And I didn't go to Crash because that's where I actually bought my comics from. And I didn't, didn't want to
Yeah.
cross the streams there.
That place downtown, the one in Lower Town, like right by the river, man, that place was crowded. It was like they packed all
yeah.
their shit in there. You could barely move.
Yeah. But I loved that.
It was
Loved that
cool
too.
though. It was a nice atmosphere.
All the old wood and everything. Yeah.
I haven't been to the one on Kentucky.
This-
I've got a bunch of old stuff I want to sell. I'm gonna try to get them to buy from me, but I keep forgetting to go over there.
I know this is an audio medium and that people can't see the garage that we're recording in, but like the full, like this room in the garage was like the size of Crash.
Yeah.
Downtown.
Yeah.
It was
Up
2
first.
stories, but there was nothing for sale up on the second floor.
For
Basically
sure.
a one-car garage.
Yeah.
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 A deep. It's deep.
Yeah, baby.
Deep, so deep.
So deep that store be crying. What else do we do on this show?
We take some calls, got some questions, got
Yeah.
a quiz.
Yeah, you want any final thoughts on Super Baseball Simulator 1000? Does it belong on TADPOG's top 100?
No.
No.
No. Does it belong on the bottom 100?
Possibly.
Wow. Shots fired.
Possibly. I have to play more games, but yeah, it's not in the top 500.
Yeah, I think that's fair. This was one that honestly I just felt like this was a mediocre game. It didn't offend me, but it's also one that I like wouldn't pick up.
Yeah.
And I mean, like Street Hockey 95 offended me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
like that was a
Oh,
game
yeah.
where it's like, no, fuck this game. This
Yeah.
game is awful. Do you guys have any guess on how much Super Baseball Simulator 1000 might run if you were to buy a loose copy of it?
1487.
1487, Columbus sailed the ocean's heaven.
1805.
1805, good guesses. Actual value of Super value, we'll put that in quotes. Actual value of Super Baseball Simulator 1000 for the Super Nintendo, loose, on average, according to PriceCharting.com, is $6.81.
Shit.
Is it worth almost $7?
No.
If you're collecting
I mean,
shit
if you're
that's on a shelf and
collecting-
never touch again, sure.
And if you can find it and it's not super inflated, why not? I mean, $7 is $7, right? So
I'm begrudgingly eventually going to buy this game.
Pre-COVID, it was a nickel.
You know what, man? I wish I had the chart to see how much it was because it probably, my guess is, probably like in the $1, $2 range. I went to our local retro shop not too terribly long ago because I had a little time and I had some birthday money to blow, and I was like, all right, let's go see what they got. They had a lot of new like Super Nintendo games since the last time I was there. They had more than I could like reasonably purchase. So it's kind of like, oh God, I got to get back there soon and buy like some of their other stuff because someone came in with a load of new cards. I need to take my duplicates out there and be like, here are these. What can we like
trade in?
Yeah,
value
what can we
get.
do? So we'll see.
Best I can do, 50 cents.
I mean, that's why I want to do a trade. I definitely, because I feel like if it's store credit kind of deal or a trade, I'll get a better deal out of it.
No, I was speaking in terms of trade.
Oh, am I going to GameStop?
Yeah.
And then, what do you think Flopsy might have rated Super Baseball Simulator 1000?
It depends on who rated it, who reviewed it.
It was DG.
Dollar General.
It was the Dollar General.
They bought it at Dollar General. I'm gonna be hopeful that they didn't give it more than 2 stars.
Okay,
2 stars.
2 stars.
I think the manager mode probably scored them 2 stars. Otherwise, it would be 1.
All right. Well, Super Baseball Simulator, according to Flopsy, a.k.a. the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Monster Mold Mike, gave Super Baseball Simulator 3.5 stars.
That is not an accurate rating.
I need to see why. I'm gonna look for this synopsis.
Read it, please.
This isn't just for your reference. This is the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 to 1998. They can't sue us if we say that.
Pretty sure.
And read, yeah.
I'm a TikTok lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We checked our Super Nintendo. We checked with our Super Nintendo lawyer. He said it's fine.
Or Snoiler.
Sounds like
It's
Pokemon.
Yeah, it's Snorlax in a suit.
got him a tiny little briefcase.
That he keeps sandwiches in.
And an apple rolls around in there like fucking.
So DG's Reflections are the second instance in the Baseball Simulator series by Culture Brain is among the earlier sports entries for the SNES. And while the graphics are an improvement over its NES counterpart, that is subjective, by the way. Right. I honestly do think the NES version looks better because of the charm. They lack the polish of other baseball titles that would be released for the 16-bit system. However, the biggest problem with Super Baseball Simulator 1000 might be its title. All right. Super Baseball Simulator 1000 shines brightest when played in the Ultra League, and that's where you get the superpowers, where the Ultra plays can give the game a welcome jolt of heroic surrealism. Future Baseball Simulator titles exclusive to the Super Famicom were re-released with the Nippon Professional Baseball license, lending some simulation validity that feels that's the end of it. That feels far from possible, blah, blah, blah. That's it.
He's giving it what it is because of the Ultra mode, because of the bonus moves that you can do.
That ain't worth 3.5 stars.
It's not worth that much.
If it had been better implemented, okay, sure.
Right. It would have been a neat mechanic if it had been, but it wasn't and it isn't.
Too many. DG, that's too many stars. Sorry, bro. Too many stars. Too many stars. I have something that I want to play, if you guys are okay with that. I definitely want to take some calls. We do have a quiz, but this is tangentially related to Super Baseball Simulator. I reached out to Bovine Bear Matt, and I said, hey, man, because I really don't want to spend 6 hours editing or a remote guest, because he said he had a bunch of baseball stories. And I was like, how would you feel about sending one of those stories in that we could play? You could kind of jump the line for calls kind of deal. So I do have something of his to play if you guys are good with that.
Cool.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
What up, Tadpog Nation? This is Bovine Bear Matt.
God, it's like he's here.
Just wanted to.
He is. Oh, did I say I was playing this off my phone? Matt, come in.
Matt, so good to see you.
Who's there?
It's Itchy from the Star Wars Holiday Special. Oh, and Matt's here too.
And Lumpy.
Matt, why do you have that goldfish bowl on your head, Matt? Oh, well, keep it on and talk anyway. What's up?
What up, Tadpog Nation? This is Bovine Bear Matt. Just wanted to have a baseball story for this episode. So, this actually involves a couple of different games that I went to in San Francisco. One of them was 2011. It was a night game against the Braves. One thing that stood out, I remember we were in right field at Levi's Landing, where it's up on the wall and it overlooks McCovey Cove, the water.
Okay,
What
how many
team
of that?
is he talking about?
How many of those words did anybody at this
None.
table understand?
No.
Oh, wait, he must be talking about the Cubs.
I think he said Cubby Cove, right?
Yeah, I bet he's Cubs talking about a Cubs game.
That's a gay bar.
A very good one.
Great one. Depending on what you're into, it's a very good one.
And if he's not a Cubs fan, Matt, I'm sorry. I'm using context clues here.
Ian, we should have even asked you, like, are you a baseball person?
I know baseball a little bit,
Yeah.
but just the game. It's kind of like I understand the game, and I know how I can watch a baseball game and
understand what's going on.
on.
Yeah.
I've been to numerous Cardinals games. I really like going to them in person. They're a lot of fun to go to.
Yeah,
in
you get
person.
drunk. It's great.
Get drunk, watch them. It's just like
Eat
football.
snacks.
Football's a blast when it's live, but I do know baseball. I played in Little League and all that kind of stuff, so I do know it, but I don't follow it at all.
Yeah.
And I will occasionally find myself kind of jonesing to watch a game, so I'll put on a game, but usually after 45 minutes I change the
You're
channel.
done.
Yeah, I don't get into it. If anyone were to say to me, "Hey, do you want to go to a professional baseball game with me? I've got an extra ticket." I'd be like, "Yes, let's fucking go," because it's fun to watch baseball in person.
What about the local Chiefs?
Like the minor league stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, minor league games can actually be a lot of fun because the crowds are a lot smaller and they're more engaging. Like the team and the mascots and stuff are more engaging. You're almost guaranteed to get out of there with a T-shirt from a T-shirt cannon. Just don't sit at the top of the stands.
You're describing
like,
it as
a la
like,
Ned Flanders wide, Maud Flanders.
oh yeah,
You're gonna get Flanders,
Yeah.
Maud Flanders off the top of it.
yeah. F's in chat for Mod.
But I've been to a couple of minor league games, and they're fun because they're smaller venues, and you actually feel like you can be a part of the crowd experience with the rest of the crowd, as opposed to being in a stadium that houses literally the population of this
The baseball
city.
equivalent to our show.
I was about
Yeah.
to say, yeah. people go to those games so that they can be heard.
Baseball's fun. I do enjoy it. I like to play baseball. It's one of the few sports I can actually play.
Yeah.
Pretty
used to.
well. I'm used to. I
Yeah,
don't know
I
how.
don't know
I don't
that
know
I
how I'd
could
be
do it now.
I do like going to the batting cage. Sometimes it's a great way to blow off steam.
Yeah.
Just go and hit baseballs and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I know a little baseball. I couldn't name a single player right now that I don't know stats. I hardly know anything about like the players, but
Yeah.
I do like the sport.
I go to the batting cages, Happy Gilmore style.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just let it hit you right in the chest.
yeah. And sometimes the head. It's not to get tougher. It's more like it's like a self-pain thing. Bovine Bear Matt. Oh, I'm sorry, we cut you off. Please continue. You're definitely in the room. Please.
There. And me and my buddy Scotty, we looked down over the wall, and there was this guy standing there with a sign that said, "Bet you can't hit me with a quarter." So we looked at each other and we were like, so we must have gave this guy like $8 and change. Holy crap.
You fell for it.
Me and the
Yeah, that was the trick.
Yeah.
He just wanted the quarters to buy a beer.
Bet you can't hit me with silver dollars. Bet you can't hit me with $100 bills wadded up.
Yeah, but you get hit with quarters that way, though, right?
Hey man, anything for a free beer.
Not if you're good.
I don't know. Oh yeah,
He probably had a plate under his hat or something. to keep it
he's
from
wearing
hurting.
armor.
people in the area. It was funny. It was kind of a boring game, even though it was a night game and exciting. By the end of it, it was really boring.
See, he was a knight. He was definitely wearing armor.
There's like Dale Gribble in that one episode where he just in full plate.
Maybe that was, how they're like, it's Frisbee night at the Diamond. Maybe it was full plate night. They were just giving full plate away. I don't know. Maybe he's making armor out of melted down quarters.
Perfect. Yes.
Why that game is important? Well, we walked around San Francisco a little bit, and it made me feel
Okay, this was not a
comfortable
Cubs
with
game.
the lay of the land. Earlier that same month, I had gone to San Francisco on
Giants,
another
Giants,
trip
I'm
and
sure.
walked around.
San Francisco Giants. Yeah.
I mean, he said they were playing the Braves, so I'm thinking these are probably Giants games he's talking about.
Okay. I'm glad
he
you
didn't
knew.
say this, did he? At the beginning, he didn't say the team that.
Matt, did you say it? He's shaking his head. I can't tell if it's yes or a no. It's weird.
It's kind of vague. We'll just have to wait to see what he says after he hears this.
Kind of felt like I knew my way around, but I was wrong. 2012, we go to San Francisco on a separate trip to a game, and by chance it was against the Braves again, but we got really good seats this time.
And that guy was back, and we hit him with about $12.
This time we threw rolls of quarters at him, and he lost. He was taken out on a stretcher.
Just a few rows up from the Giants dugout right along third base line, and it was awesome. But the hilarious part of that story is we went across town to this beach and hung out for a little bit, and so I decided to drive us all back to the stadium, thinking that I could easily get us back there. I remembered how to do it. Well, we ended up in like fucking downtown, like busy ass downtown, where there was fucking buses
Perfect.
on like these rails going like in and out of these weird stops.
They're like Clueless on the freeway.
Matt, you literally drove into a Rice-A-Roni commercial.
Dodge 4, there was fucking traffic everywhere. There was this minivan cab behind me that was just scaring the crap out of me. This thing was like revving its engine up and eventually like sped around me angrily. It was, looking back, it was really hilarious. Eventually we made it kind of out of the way, so we had to kind of double back on a separate road, and we could see the stadium pretty much most of this time, and got closer and closer and eventually made it. Whew. Eventually we just hit the pub and hung out at the game. The game was awesome though, because about halfway through it, I was pretty drunk. I was chatting away with my dad and not really paying much attention, but suddenly
How often have y'all been drunk with your parents?
But I say I can imagine drunk talking to my dad.
Like, I've never been, I don't know that I've ever been drunk. Like, I've definitely had some drinks, but been like, I've never been to the point where it's like, Dad, I can't drive. Like, I've never been, and I don't know that I ever will, because it just feels weird to me. I don't have that kind of relationship with my parents.
Yeah, I don't want to get full blown drunk. I mean, I have been drunk around him, around my dad and my stepmom, but he always gets way drunker than me. And I
Well,
feel
then it makes it okay.
at that point, well, no, because I don't.
Well, you can't ever show up the old man, so he's got to get drunker.
That is
He's-
true.
he- and
Then
I-
you win if you're more drunk than he is.
He and I both really drunk would be not a good combination. Because he'd try to get all like, mushy on me.
Oh,
He's
that.
a big mushy guy when he's drunk.
Yeah.
And I get mad when I get around that kind of shit when I'm drunk. So I'd probably then tell him off or
Important
something.
lessons for me to know.
I don't want to do that.
Because I
think-
would definitely get mushy, so
Yeah.
don't do that when
Hey,
Ian
what?
is drunk.
Hey, man, that Yingling there.
Oh no, it's just from him. It would be fine with you.
Okay.
I just don't want it from him. It's fine. I can tolerate just about anything, being around any type of drunk, whether I'm sober or drunk. But his particular brand of mushy,
Yeah.
I can't deal with it. Ooh.
Well, I don't, and when I say that it's weird, I just mean personally that's
Yeah,
weird. I know plenty of people who do have fun with their parents. I don't.
That's about what sums it up
Yeah,
for me.
I don't. It's just kind of like we'll talk and like that Thanksgiving, it was fine. We talked about like dead bodies and crawl spaces. It was fun. My mom hated it. So that was fun. But me and my dad are just like trading stories about like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I do wish I got my dad to smoke some of Casey's weed. That would have been amusing.
That would have been.
That's about it.
That would have been. I don't think my dad would ever. Like, he's definitely got like I don't know if they like just like fucking Clockwork Orange, like reefer madness into him, like so many times or something. But like, I remember like this, even like within the last 10 years or something, like someone like doing like a heinous crime on the news or something. And my dad was like, he's probably smoking dope. And I was like, do you mean marijuana?
Because you really don't. You don't want to go murder people when you're high. You just really want to eat some snacks and maybe watch Sonic the Hedgehog replay over and over on the title screen. That's about it.
It's like the opposite of murder.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was going to go kill some people, but now I just don't feel so much like doing that.
Yeah. I just think to him that like it's just drugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's no like difference. It's just all capital letters, drugs, and it's circled.
It's one circle in a one circle Venn diagram. Yeah.
Right.
I know my stepmom smokes weed. She's old hippie. She's from California.
Yeah.
And from the 60s. I mean, I definitely know she does. My dad doesn't like it. He said he's tried it a couple times. He just doesn't like it. My mom, as straight-laced as she was, before she died, somebody got her some weed because she was having so much trouble with the chemo.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah.
She tried smoking a little. She said she didn't care for it, but I don't even know what my dad high would be like. Oof. Ooh.
Probably less mushy.
I don't know. Oh,
Really?
I don't know.
He'd probably be like, so how long has Knuckles been Sonic's friend?
Pretty long time.
I bet Idris Elba would voice him real sexy like.
No, I tell you what, actually, I would love to do is get my dad high and then put him in front of a Ms. Pac-Man machine.
Oh, shit.
Dude could fucking
How
ball.
about you and I just do that? That sounds great.
My dad, I think I've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
My dad could fucking straight ball on Ms. Pac-Man. I mean, dude would have to walk away from it because he had his lunch
I remember
break
you
was
saying
over.
that.
So yeah, it'd be cool to see him play Ms. Pac-Man high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'm sorry.
Have you ever played Ms. Pac-Man
on weed? Oh, I'm sorry, Matt.
Sorry, Matt.
Sorry,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
No, he's all right. He was drinking, taking a little
You
drink.
flew 6 hours to be here for this.
Felt like a change in the air, and everybody kind of was like focused on something. And I looked up, and there was a ball right there in the air, and my buddy Steven to my right was like stood up and like overreached everybody else and was like, and grabbed it,
Hey.
came down, and we were just stared at it like, yeah. So what had happened is Pablo Sandoval on a third out, I believe, was trotting to the dugout and just kind of hucked it up. And we got it. My buddy got it. I was there. It was awesome. Later on that.
So we threw it at a guy.
Hugged it up. Yeah.
Bet you can't hit me with a baseball.
That is the sign that you need. I bet you can't hit me with a signed baseball.
He forces a quarter into a baseball and chucks the baseball at it.
The Scrooge McDuck. There also needs to be a DuckTales team in our baseball game.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Season, they won the World Series, their second in their 3-year or 5-year run of 3 World Series. A couple years later in 2014, it was Game 7 versus the Royals in the World Series. Me and my wife went to a bar, and it was full of Royals fans. These guys that were kind of like fair weather fans. They still had tags on their gear. It was hilarious. And then, this one Giants fan walking in, and at the end of the game, there was that last out, and all the Royals fans were just like, oh, and me as the one Giants fan, like,
Giants, he said it.
Giants. We got it.
woo, it was awesome. But anyway, that's my story I wanted to give you guys. Gooter.
Gooter. Thanks, Matt. Now get back
Thank
on
you,
that.
Matt.
Get back on that plane.
Hurry up.
Wish you could stay longer, but yeah.
Your
you gotta
Uber
work.
is like
Okay,
leaving.
We'll validate your parking there. Thank you.
Speaking of baseball, I
Baseball.
would like to use a common baseball phrase right now and say timeout.
Time out.
I got to pee.
You got to pee? All right.
Welcome to the TADPOG Pittsburgh experience. The guys definitely have their dicks in their hands right now. Enjoy that thought, and we'll be right back. Sorry, man. Out.
Chime in.
All right. Thank you, Dalton, for that interlude that I'll probably edit in. He made us a peeing song.
That's very nice.
Yeah. Dalton from the Steam Machine Podcast. He hit me up. He was like, hey, I wrote this if you want to use it. And I was like, dude, I love it, which I do, but I'm also pretty lazy. So if it doesn't get in there, that's why. It's not because I don't love it. It's because sometimes, all of the time, I like to go, hit that edit button. Okay, it's done. So now, what do you want to do? A quiz? You want to figure out what game we're going to play next? You want to take some calls? What do you want to do?
Well, I have a bit of a conundrum
Yeah?
based on what we just finished the SNES library on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, we didn't celebrate that, which is weird. You'd think we totally would do that on this show, where we definitely celebrate things all the time.
Yeah. But I don't have anything.
Yay! I can do
No, no.
Golden Boy style. Yay!
No, don't look at me like, did you want to? I know. No, even when we're episode 500 or whatever, it's like, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, we can celebrate when we're like, yeah, we got rich on this podcast, didn't we? Then we can celebrate. No, that's not going to happen. So
Well, I don't have anything to play Super Nintendo games on, so I'm going to need to borrow your
you're out.
mini.
Well,
Yeah,
Ian,
no, I'm not going to be on the show anymore. This is my last show.
I was prepared for this.
Bullshit. You do like John Turley did. And just be on. It doesn't matter.
Here.
Audience surrogate.
There's a thing for you to
This is-
borrow indefinitely.
Okay.
That is an SNES Mini.
Nice.
Weirdly, it came
Yay.
with every Super Nintendo game that was released.
Oh, it was one of
I don't know.
those rare
Yeah.
ones that was
It's-
released.
yeah.
Limited edition.
It's weird. Like
Thanks.
most of them only had like 20 games on it or something. This one had like all of them.
cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant to bring. I'm glad you thought to bring it because I meant to bring
Yeah.
it up earlier in the week to ask you to bring it so I could borrow it.
No,
and I used to have one, but I think I sold it to somebody in the nation. I can't remember who I sold that to. Whoever that is, I'm sorry, I don't remember selling it to you. And then my NES Classic was the prize at Tadpog
Right.
Prom for
Yeah.
the Donkey Kong
Donkey
Jr.
Kong,
Math.
yeah.
The Corns got it.
Yeah.
The Corns won that. So
Well, I don't know. Something about this one. I was carrying it. I'm sorry. But I slipped and it cracked.
works, doesn't it?
It works. It cracked. And then all of the games were on there.
Oh. I thought you meant like it
Somehow
was
all the
physically
games
damaged.
got
I'm like,
in.
what do I care?
After it got cracked. I don't know. It was weird.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened. That happened to mine too.
Yeah,
the one I
weird.
had, it got cracked and
Weird.
suddenly.
Some pirate cracked it.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I wanted to make sure that you, if you wanted to,
I do. I want
that
to
you'd have
keep
the option.
being a part of the. Every other before I started actually playing the games, I was just here like, oh, that sounds neat. Now I want to play.
I know it's not as accessible as the Switch is, but
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. I
Cool.
mean, for what I'd normally do, which is either I'm playing on my little portable screen in my living room, or I'm playing it on my office TV.
Okay.
So I can just cart it back and forth. It'll fit right into the case with my Switch.
Awesome.
So
okay, cool,
shouldn't
man.
be a problem.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah. You're welcome.
Sweet.
It is my backup. So I've got like a few Super
You have
Nintendos.
to have a lot of things fail before you're going to need this back. Right?
Yeah, although the quality on that is like the video quality on it is good, obviously, because
yeah.
it's just straight HDMI out. If you would prefer to have an actual Super Nintendo instead, I can let you borrow one of those.
No, this will be fine.
Okay.
Because to be honest, some of these I don't spend a great deal of time.
Yeah.
I just want to play enough to get the feel for it.
Sure.
And if it's something I like, I'll do more. But most of the time, this will do nicely.
The mini is way easier.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I guess I should go ahead and get everybody a silver dagger and a copper bowl because I guess we need to crack the seals on the randomizer and free it from its dark prison.
Yeah, I think the randomizer is going to be mad.
Oh, yeah.
So are you guys ready for 8 more baseball games in a row?
Oh, man. All right. Well, see, I want to make some kind of Wheel of Time reference because they have to break the seals on the Dark One's prison in order to reseal it and fight him. So
Have you watched the new show?
stuff has not been so good, so I haven't because I'm scared too.
It hasn't been good in the show
I've
or
heard
just in life or
things that people have said just made me not want to watch
Yeah,
it.
I have heard.
Like it breaks my heart and it makes me not want to watch it.
Oh,
I understand that because I have heard some things. Most of them have not been
Some stuff
super negative, but they also haven't been good. Although
Yeah.
one person said, "I've been enjoying it." So
Well, I'm going to watch it, and I don't know anything about Wheel of Time. So
that's probably the best way
maybe
to do
I'll
it.
enjoy it because I don't have anything in my previous experience to refer to. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll let you know from an outsider's point of view what I think of
Okay.
it when I get to it. Speaking of new stuff on TV,
you guys been watching that Cowboy Bebop live action?
I
Is that
haven't
where
gotten
you're
there
going?
yet. No,
Okay.
and I want to badly, but I'm weird. I want to finish what I'm on
It's not weird at
before
all.
I
I'm with
move
you
to the next
100%.
thing. I'm on the wire still, so
Gotcha. Yeah.
but we did. That's something I'm going to watch by myself because my wife doesn't give a shit about Cowboy Bebop anyway. So that's coming next for my solo watch. But I will say I've started watching Hawkeye, the new
I
Hawkeye
saw
show.
it, yeah.
Started.
RCAJ said she loved it.
It's
Really?
really, really good. And what I want to recommend is that if you watch it, right now there's only 2. They're going to release episode per week. Right now, there's the first 2 episodes are streaming. By the time this episode drops, the 3rd episode will be up. It comes out on Wednesdays on
Okay.
Disney Plus. Great little show. I mean, Haley Stanfield is in it. She's witty. She's really good. Of course, the guy that plays Hawkeye.
Wade
Jeremy
Boggs.
Renner.
Jeremy
Wade
Renner.
Boggs.
Wade Boggs.
Daryl Strawberry.
Daryl. Yeah, Jeremy Renner. Of course, he's doing his usual thing. But what I really love about it is that it takes place at Christmas. It's a Christmas show.
Okay.
And so I kind of would suggest if you're interested at all in watching
now.
watch it now during the season because it's very timely.
Sure.
They obviously released it this time of year for a reason.
Sure.
But it takes place in New York at Christmas time, and it's really neat the way they do such a great job as they have been.
Has Linus come out yet and told us all the true meaning of Christmas?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I think that's coming up. But I think what they always do.
Hello.
Trying to resume my timer and TikTok was up.
So they always do such a good job of tying into the existing universe and the stuff that they're doing. It's subtle. It's
Cool.
really well done. It's lighthearted, fun show so far. I'd give it a watch.
Cool.
And I don't think there's going to be but like 8 episodes.
Okay.
And they're like 40 minutes apiece. Not too much, but I do recommend it to anyone that's a Marvel fan. Get it in during the season because it really somehow it fits to be watching a
Feels
Christmas
good to watch it
series
now.
during
Yeah.
Christmas, right?
Like it
So-
feels good to watch horror movies around Halloween.
during Halloween.
Sure.
Exactly. It's really nice. So yeah, give it a watch. I like it.
I do like the weekly episode release.
I do
That
too.
is-
I do too.
I'm glad that like the pendulum's kind of swinging back that way as opposed to, I mean, obviously there are a lot of things that just drop everything at once.
Yeah.
And you can binge it. But man, there's something about like, because we've been watching, I mentioned this a few episodes back, but Comey Can't Communicate. And that comes out every Thursday. And it gives us something to look forward to.
Sure.
It's like, okay, Thursday, we know we've got something that we can watch that day, or we have the whole week to watch it to catch up. So when the
You don't
next one
feel that
comes out,
pressure to get them all.
man, I hate that feeling of just like, because that with the Cowboy Bebop live action, which is kind of one of those things where it's like, I'm going into it with low expectations. I'm going to try my best to enjoy it. I've heard okay
I've
things
heard pretty
about
good
it.
things about it.
I read
yeah.
Doc did like a Patreon post about it, and I read it, and it's like, okay, this is kind of what I was expecting. So we're definitely going to watch it, but it is also one of those things where it's just like, yeah, but there's all going to be like a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like all at once, and it's, it definitely feels like there's pressure to like go ahead and watch it, and that way we can get it over with, kind of rip that Band-Aid off.
But that is next for me after I finish The Wire, which will probably be a couple weeks. I'm going to watch Bebop, get that done. Anyway, where were we?
We were talking about the ornamental sacrificial
yes.
daggers to unleash.
Unsealing. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and pull out the silver daggers.
Please.
Cut my hand. Let it bleed into the copper bowl.
Oh, you have hepatitis now. Fuck, dude.
Well, we'll have to bleed the bowl. Take our blood, smear it on this bat. Put the bat on the ground.
That bat has rabies.
Yeah. It's almost certainly gone. I didn't know until I was looking at TikTok about how deadly rabies really is.
Oh, fuck, dude.
it's
yes.
awful.
Like 3 people in history have survived it.
I'm surprised that 3 people have survived it.
Well, and they're like, I mean,
They're insane.
severely medically impacted for the rest of their lives. Yeah.
It's
rabies.
bad.
You almost would rather die.
Yeah, rabies is fucked.
Yeah, you don't want that. That's a problem. That's like almost it's a basically guaranteed death sentence if you don't get the vaccination fast enough or whatever, if it has time to.
The super shot in your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it used to be something like a series of 15 shots, very painful shots in the stomach. So, yeah, it's bad. Ugh.
Well, I'll put the bat on the ground, my head on the bat, point my no-no hole in a random direction.
No, you're pointing at the Cubby Cove.
Oh,
I see that. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
and turn around in a circle and grind all of this magic to dust and unleash our dark, chaotic god, the randomizer.
He's not going to be happy.
Hope to appease him in some way by saying the prayer we all love to say. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, stop!
10.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
10.
Have we played it?
Arrow the Acrobat 2?
Have not played it. It is in the A's. It's not Arrow the Acrobat 2. Did they make a second one?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Pretty sure they did, yeah.
Fuck. That first one sucked real bad.
Yep.
I hate that game.
Alfred Chicken, Super?
Lord, I wish.
Ooh.
But it's not. It is Addams Family, the.
Okay.
Okay.
We did Family Values. Now it's, I guess, the one based on the first movie. I don't know.
Is it based on the movie or is it just an Addams Family game?
No
I guess
idea.
we'll find out.
I have no idea.
I want to know, is this the one that I rented from the Piggly Wiggly so many times?
I hope so. I think there are multiple Addams Family games on the Super Nintendo. 3, 4.
I don't know that I ever played an Addams Family game on this console. I played Fester's Quest
NES.
like it was my job.
Yeah. I heard about, like, one of the things about...
Oh, it is.
Oh, it's the one that you rented?
Oh, it is. I'm
Okay.
excited for it. I played this thing so many fucking times.
Okay.
It's a fun game, but it is fucking hard as shit.
All right.
I
Yay.
mean, like, fucking, man, it is fucking hard as shit.
Okay.
All right. Here
To
we
the
go.
point, I think
Addams
I
Family.
might have only saved one family member because you're Gomez going all throughout your house and like you have to go into the vault, you go into the kitchens, you go into everywhere on the estate to save the bound family members.
And he's like, I sure hope no one throat fucks me.
All right, that's not a bad get. I'm not
Okay.
totally
All
disappointed.
right. Well, maybe the randomizer just being a little... It's like, it's fine.
It's like, oh, I'm not. Hey there, I'm not mad at
Ah, it's
all.
fine, baby.
Go ahead, feel that sense of security. I'm not
Come on,
mad.
it's all right.
I'm not mad, baby.
You just prayed
Come a
to a
little
false
closer.
god for, I don't know, the last 10 weeks. The randomizer's way cooler than God.
Sign it, stamp it, put it on a shirt. Dave Moore 2021.
I'll sign that. I don't care. You want to take some quiz?
Fuck yeah.
Wanna take some
I would
quiz?
like to take some quiz, please.
I would like to go to there.
I would quiz, please, like some. Too.
All right. We got a quiz that came to us from one Ross Rachel Green from across the pond.
This is going to wrap up this series, too. This is our last 10.
This is the bottom 10.
Is this the bottom 10?
Top 10,
Top
I guess.
10.
Depending on how you look at it.
Yep.
This is a momentous occasion.
It really is.
It really is. A quiz entitled The Best of the Best. So here we are, the top 10. The 10 most popular games decided by the voting public. But you didn't think it would be that easy, did you? Well, Mr. Puzzle's
Of course
coming
not,
in.
Mr. Puzzles.
The answer to these 10 questions is inside this ham.
You must consume the entire ham and the bone.
Ross continues, of course, you know the top 10 SNES games, but do you know the top 10 PS1 games as decided by Metacritic score?
Oh, okay.
Buckle up, buckaroos.
Shit.
All right.
I knew he was going to do something like this because I think this would have been an ace for us.
Yeah.
Easily.
Maybe.
I mean, I already know.
I know 5
4
of
or
them.
5 like right now. So yeah, that's
All right.
fair. I get it.
All right. You ready? You guys ready?
Let's do it.
How are you guys on PS1 games?
Terrible. This
Yeah,
is going to be
probably pretty
horrible.
bad.
I'm pretty
for me.
bad, too.
Unless it's an RPG, pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad. But these are the top.
These are the top 10 games that haven't aged
top
well.
10,
Let's do it.
PS1. All right.
Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7.
Lock it in, lock it in, lock it in. First question. This game is set over 4 decades after the original and introduces the player to the much faster, more competitive, and more dangerous F5000 AG Racing League. This game is set over 4 decades after the original.
Gran Turismo 2.
I was going to say
Gran
is it
Turismo
Gran
2099.
Turismo 2099.
A racing game set 40 years after the first one?
4 decades after the original. And it's much faster, more competitive, and more dangerous F5000 AG Racing League. What's AG? Agricultural
Future
racing?
agriculture. The only racing game series I'm familiar with on the PlayStation is Wipeout.
Might be Wipeout.
That's all I can think of.
I'm fine with that. I don't know.
Twisted Metal? That's not racing, though, right? That's like Demolition Derby.
Yeah.
I mean, because Wipeout is fast, and it's one where you fire weapons to destroy your opponents and shit.
Mm-hmm. AG, Aqua.
Aqua
Gravity?
Gun.
Aqua Gun.
Awfully gritty.
Awfully gritty. Locking it in. Wave Racer, right? Is that what you said?
Wipeout.
Wipeout. Wipeout. It is Wipeout.
Oh, is it really?
Nice.
2097 XL, but we're counting
We're
it.
taking
Yeah.
it.
Nice. Well done, Tyler. Next question. This game initially sold poorly. However, it gradually gained sales through word of mouth and became a sleeper hit, developing a cult following and selling over 700,000 units in the United States and Japan. It has also been ported to multiple systems and included in multiple compilations and features a non-linear level structure. It's been ported to multiple systems, included in multiple compilations, and features a non-linear level structure. Is this Castlevania Symphony of the Night?
Could be. That's on
Yeah.
everything, isn't it?
You're right. That sounds pretty good.
I don't know how many ports it got. I know it's got like a PS4
So
port.
the ninth best game on the PlayStation? Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then
Sure,
the
why not?
non-linear level structure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, locking it in. The cult following. I think all this is falling into place. Locking it in, it is Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Good.
Nice.
Good.
Next question. This game is the third in its series and expanded the playable fighter roster from the previous game and added new features such as selectable fighting styles called isms.
Oh, it's like Street Fighter, one of the Street Fighters where you can pick the Alpha, Delta, and the Beta. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that would be Street Fighter Alpha 3
EX plus Alpha, or Street Fighter Alpha 3. Yeah.
because it's the third in its series.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Was there a Street Fighter Alpha 3? I think there was. There's
Yeah,
definitely
surely,
a 2.
Surely.
All right. Street Fighter Alpha 3, locking it in. It is Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Sweet.
All right. Next question. Upon release, oh boy, this racing game sold 815,430 units. Man, if it had been 815,420, I would have known what it was, but now I don't. It sold that many units in Japan during its first week on sale. It was a bestseller for 2 months in Japan. In the United Kingdom, it sold 110,000 units and grossed £4 million or 6,052,000 USD, equivalent to 9.1 million in 2020. Within a week, it was a bestseller for 2 months in the UK. In the United States,
Within a week, it was a bestseller for 2 months.
within a week,
It was a bestseller,
and it
from
was a
that
bestseller
point,
for 2 months.
Okay.
it stayed on the
About to say,
bestseller
Ross,
list for 2
stop fucking with
months.
time.
In the United States, it sold more than 1 million units within 6 weeks and had sold 3 million units by 2001. In total, it had sold 9.37 million copies worldwide. So all of those numbers don't mean a fucking thing to me. It sold
I'm thinking
great.
Gran
Gran
Turismo.
Turismo.
It's got to be
Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
That's the big daddy.
It really is, and I do know for a fact that game was super popular in the United Kingdom. Like in addition to being that here, I think that's what it is.
Okay.
It's Gran Turismo, and I think it's the first one.
All right, Gran Torino, locking it in. It is Gran Turismo 2, which I thought was a PS2 game, but Gran Turismo 2.
Well, I'm counting.
Maybe it was
that.
Gran Turismo 3. I was
Half
thinking of.
credit.
All right, next question. In this game, set in 2005, Renegade genetically enhanced special forces seize control of a remote island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago, codenamed Shadow Moses, which houses a nuclear weapons disposal facility. This is Metal Gear Solid.
I was gonna say it sounds like a Metal Gear game.
Yeah, Shadow Moses. Locking that in, it is Metal Gear Solid. Next question. Players must go back and forth between the parallel worlds to recruit party members, obtain items, and advance the plot.
8.
Final Fantasy VIII. It's a good guess so far. Much of the population of either world have counterparts in the other. Some party members can even visit their other versions. The player must often search for items or places found exclusively in one world. Would that be like the draw system where you're looking for like a specific
Possibly.
cell?
I never. I played 10 minutes of 8. That's it. I got Ifrit and I stopped. I just know you go back and forth between like Laguna's time and.
Yeah, you do. But do you go back and forth to recruit party members? And they're he says parallel worlds. And in Final Fantasy VIII, it is just like time. I don't know.
maybe it's not
I don't know
like that.
how loose it is. But I also don't know what the hell this would be.
Parallel Worlds Chrono Cross.
Ooh, man, would that be in Metacritic's top 10? That's a great guess.
I could see where critics probably liked it more than general fans who were wanting more Chrono Trigger.
I'm feeling a
The
lot
only thing
better.
I know that goes cross dimensions, parallel worlds, where you get party members. I bet it's Chrono Cross.
I'm feeling a lot better about Chrono Cross and Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
We good?
Sure.
All right. Chrono Cross, locking it in. It is Chrono Cross.
All right.
Well done, Tyler. Next question. Envisioned by developers as a retrospective for the series, it departed from the modern setting of the previous games by returning to the medieval style, this is Final Fantasy IX, of the earlier games of the series. It is also the best game in the world, and I will fight anyone who disagrees. I mean, it's definitely Final
Fatal
Fantasy
Frame.
9. I think it's a PS2
Parasite
game.
Eve.
Are we good with Final Fantasy 9? I feel
Yep.
pretty good about that.
Yep.
I'm surprised that it's a top 10 Metacritic as well, but locking it in.
Unless it's referred to tactics, but
It's Final Fantasy 9.
Nice.
Yeah, tactics, that would have been a good guess. I'm glad you didn't mention it because then it would have been like, oh, fuck, which one is it now? Next question. When asked how difficult it was to create this racing game,
God.
Yamauchi remarked, "It took 5 years. In those 5 years, we could not see the end. I would wake up at work, go to sleep at work. It was getting cold, so I knew it must be winter. I estimate I was home only 4 days a year."
Damn.
That's Gran Turismo 1.
That's got to be Gran
Has to be
Turismo
Gran
1.
Turismo, right? All
yeah,
right.
I mean, and we're talking there. The list was an all-time list, so it's definitely feasible.
Okay.
I'd
I'm
say
good with this.
Gran
Gran
Turismo
Because those
Turismo
games
1.
are so huge, and there's so many options, even back then. So
I got nothing better to guess. So
throw
I think
it,
it's
neither do
throw
I.
it in there.
Gran Turismo 1, locking it in. It is Gran Turismo. At least you got to meet Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
He built that game in
Got
his
to have some good
garage.
Korean food. Yeah.
Yeah. Next question. This fighting game features such characters as Brian Fury, Dr. Boskonovich, Tiger Jackson, and Julia Chang.
I don't recognize Tiger Jackson. So the others are, it's Tekken.
It's Tekken. And I think it's just he's just Tiger, right?
Oh, okay. Because I know Boskonovich first appeared, I think, in Tekken Tag. So I'm going to say Tekken Tag.
But I have a really hard time with if there was a game, a trivia game called PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2, I would fucking bomb.
Yeah.
I thought Tekken Tag was PS2.
I remember Brendan and I played a fuck ton of Tekken Tag at night, and I don't remember playing a PlayStation 2 at his
All
house.
right. Okay. Then Tekken
So I
Tag.
think Tekken Tag.
Okay. Locking it in. It is Tekken 3.
Uh-huh.
We've got Tekken. I don't know what I knew it was the Tekken series, but that's it. Half credit.
Half credit.
Next question. This game was met with universal critical acclaim upon release and remains the best reviewed PlayStation video game of all time, as well as being the second highest rated game of all time with an aggregate score of 98 out of 100 on Metacritic. Martin Taylor of Eurogamer declared the game to be, quote, the supreme champion of extreme sports gaming, end quote. Has to be the snowboarding section of Final Fantasy VII.
Yep.
Locking it in.
Until you said that, I was going to say 7.
Me too. I'm surprised that 9 is the only Final Fantasy game on this list, which 9 is a really good game.
So this is the number 1. This is our 10th question. So this is number 1. PlayStation
Presumably,
game.
this is
Number one PlayStation game ever is a sports game.
It's an extreme sports
Extreme
game.
sports.
SSX?
Tricky. Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of for the snowboarding.
I don't.
shit.
It's Tony Hawk.
Yep. Yep.
This is
yeah,
Tony
Pro
Hawk,
Skater.
Pro Skater.
Uh-huh.
2?
2?
2.
I bet it's 2.
I bet it's 2 as
Yep.
well.
Well,
Tony Hawk-
yeah, I like 2.
Tony
I like,
Hawk's Pro Skater?
Yeah,
2?
2. Mhm.
All right, locking it in. It is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. We fucking did
Nice.
it.
We got like 9 points.
We did pretty
there.
good. Yeah, we did
had
pretty
two
good.
two half credits.
Yeah.
So that was good.
I'm proud of us, considering that several of those are racing games, and I thought Gran Turismo 2 was on PlayStation 2.
I wouldn't know any different.
Fuck, marry, kill. Ooh, boy. Brownies, cupcakes, cookies.
Oh, easy.
Whoa!
Easy. 1, killing cupcakes. Fucking out of the ground. Fucking bite the curb cupcakes. Fucking smash.
Cupcakes?
Fucking hate cupcakes. I think cupcakes are fucking bullshit. Like, they're so hard to eat. All the fucking frosting, all how people put all the bougie shit on it. Fucking hate cupcakes.
Okay.
Fuck you, cupcakes. Killing them.
All right.
I
Goodness.
With extreme prejudice.
but now it gets a little more dicey because I do
Brownies.
love brownies.
Well, what is a brownie but not just a deep dish cookie?
Well, you're right. There's a greater variety of cookies, so I'm gonna fuck a brownie and marry cookies.
All right. That would take a lot less time than I thought that it might. It's tougher for me because I like cupcakes.
Dude, I'm gonna scoot down a little bit.
I can't
and
just
say
like comfortably eat a
cupcakes.
cupcake. It's always like there's fucking 4 inches of frosting and
I agree.
everything
It's-
is all over the place.
But that's if you get it at a fancy cupcake shop that comes in a big pink box.
Make them shits at home. They're fine.
Yeah. My grandmother used to work at a bakery, and I have these fucking memories of going into that bakery as a small child. Like this is like before preschool. Like these are like early fucking memories. And I remember going into her work and looking in that big like case, you know, where they've got all the like baked goods and stuff. And they used to have these cupcakes that I fucking loved. They were Sesame Street cupcakes where they would like decorate the tops to look like Oscar the Grouch's face
Yep.
and like all that. So like that alone is like, man, I don't know. That's like a core memory. And I don't have that with cookies, and I certainly don't have that with brownies. I agree. Cupcakes they're mad with power because if you do buy them like at one of the fucking cupcake shops, they do have like 4
They
inches
overdo
of
it,
icing.
yeah.
And you have to do like,
and they're $5 a piece.
and they are very expensive, and you have to do like a life hack to eat them essentially.
Yep.
But the old school cupcakes, give me a 1985 Grover cupcake, and I'm gonna marry that.
Pre-Super Grover or like monster in the back of this book, Grover era cupcake.
Mwah, that's the good shit. And I'm gonna kill a brownie, fucking, because like I like cookies better than brownies. I know there's a big argument, edge piece, centerpiece, whatever. I mean, I prefer an edge piece, but
I'm assuming blondies are not part of this.
I would assume not.
And blondie, I would classify in the same category as a brownie, but
Yeah. It's like a day walker, right?
yeah.
What do you think, Ian? What do you got?
I do very much. I like cupcakes. I love brownies, and I don't eat a lot of sweets. So whenever it's hard for me to say like if I had to pick, it's gonna be if I had to pick something, it's gonna be brownie. But it's got to be homemade brownies, like those little Debbie shits. I don't like those. Those don't taste like brownie to me.
And
Those
they're
are-
like 500 calories.
yeah.
Cosmo
Somehow
brownies
they've
like
managed
this.
to. What they did was they
Fuck.
baked a brownie the size of this table, and then somehow shrink rate it down into but kept all of the
Tobar did it.
calories.
It's dark matter brownies.
But if you're talking about a homemade brownie, I'm marrying that because I love them all the time. They're good hot, they're good cold, they're good with peanut butter slathered on top of
That's
them.
a good. You're bringing up some good arguments.
And you can break them up and sprinkle them on ice cream.
I was about to
shit,
say,
mix
with
them
ice
into
cream.
things. I mean, that's just what I love, the chewiness and the rich chocolate
Yeah.
flavor of a brownie.
I don't think I've ever.
Ghirardelli brownie, just like Ghirardelli box from fucking Walmart.
Yeah.
Do a little extra oil, cook them in the minimum time so they're really moist and gooey. Like, that's good shit.
And it has to be dense. If you overdo the brownie to the point where it almost becomes like cake,
I don't
you
like
failed.
I don't like a cakey brownie.
It's
Give me
got to
give
be
me a
that
gooey brownie.
dense, gooey, chewy, almost hard to chew.
I don't
is
think
what I
I've.
like.
I don't think I've ever had a good brownie, and that's not a joke. And it's not because I think brownies are bad. I just think that maybe the first couple brownies in my life weren't good, and it was just like, I don't like brownies. I'm gonna stick with Grover cupcakes.
My Mary is cupcakes because I do very much enjoy those. I agree, though they are hard to eat. They're messy. They get up in my nose. They go up my nose. But I'm killing cookies, and it's not that I have anything against cookies. It's this I'm kind of cookied out. It's hard to impress me with a cookie anymore.
White macadamia nut. I love a white macadamia nut cookie.
I
The
don't know.
cowboy cookies at the bakery in town.
Kirchhoff's.
Kirchhoff's.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think I've had their
I don't think
cowboy
I've had
cookie.
that.
I
Cowboy
need to.
cookies, fantastic.
Yeah.
The one cookie that I can say that I love are they're little marshmallow cookies. I don't know what they're called. They've got like a
Peeps.
no, they're chocolate cookies there's a cookie and there's marshmallow. And it's covered in like fudge or something. I don't know. But I just
Malamars?
maybe it's that. I don't know. I don't get into cookies that much, and because I just don't get a lot of that kind of thing in my life, I'm going for the brownie as the top tier, and then cupcake, and then cookies.
There are, and I think there's an argument to be made about like, I get the argument with the frosting on the cupcake, but I do feel like there are a lot of bad cookies out there, and there are a lot of like store bought, and there's a lot of a lot of bad brownies and bad cookies out there.
Agreed.
I feel like on the whole, the cupcakes probably fare better than the other two desserts, because even like I don't know what brand has the white swirly line down the middle of it? Is that Little Debbie or?
Oh, the Hostess cupcakes.
Is that Hostess?
Now those are fucking. If he had a question about Hostess, 3 Hostess, and that was included,
But you're probably
it would
going to
be
get one next week. Is my guess.
That's a
That's
good
a
one.
tough question
That's a
because
good
I
one.
love
'Cause those are good.
cupcakes. I love those because, see, I think we've discussed this before. I'm all about cake and less about icing and frosting.
Oh, maybe,
I prefer a thin layer of icing / frosting to complement the cake.
I get
In
that.
which case, that's why the Hostess
Not have
cupcake-
the cake be the vehicle for
Exactly.
some big crazy frosting.
And most of the time, they're going to use some kind of fondant, which is nasty.
I do, ugh.
Yeah.
But the Hostess cupcake essentially has fondant on top of it, and it's delicious. I don't know what they make it from, but it's good. That is like top tier prepackaged snack for me.
What about, okay, does this throw a wrench in things? What about like a giant cookie? What about like a cookie cake?
Don't like it. I think.
I do.
I mean, I'll eat.
I
'em,
always, every time I
but
go to the mall, I'm generally taking home a piece of cookie cake.
I do like
now
cookie cake.
the cookies, the individual cookies that they make at the cookie company, those I fucking love.
Yeah.
They're especially when
They're
they're
oatmeal,
warm.
they're M&M, like, but yeah.
You get a warm one, it's nice and soft and gooey. That's a contender for top tier cookie for me. But I wouldn't pick that over a nice, delicious homemade brownie. So I don't know. That's a tough question.
It is a tough one. I had for Thanksgiving. I'm a cake guy. When asked cake versus pie, I'm a cake guy, which I do feel like is the unpopular opinion. But one thing I fucking love is fucking piping hot pie and vanilla ice cream.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
that is like fucking yes. Like I mean that is like I love that. And I don't really love sweets so much, but that is something that I could eat all day. I just love that temperature difference. That contrast is so satisfying to take like a really like steaming bite of pie and then follow it up with this ice cold ice cream, and then you get that in between too, where it's like you get that like
Suddenly becomes the perfect temperature of
yes,
everything.
yeah, you get that ice cream juice.
Like an apple pie or just any pie? Like apple pie with vanilla ice cream, vanilla bean?
Yeah, apple pie with vanilla bean. That's probably preferred. Now, as far as pies go, we had this argument at Thanksgiving. My mom and I like cherry pie, and like the rest, everyone else is like, fuck cherry pie.
I don't like cherry pie.
Yeah.
I like the flavor of cherry pie, but I don't like cherries.
Right.
Like I don't like
Yeah.
to eat cherries because they're weird to
And
me.
I do. See, I love cherries. But see, what's also weird is like when I think, because I'm a garbage person, when I think cherry pie, I think of those like fucking pies that you buy at a gas station.
Those are fine.
That are just like
Fried pies.
fried pies that are just like, they have that
Hostess
like,
had a fucking top tier
Yeah.
fried pie too.
that like the frosting is just like, it's
And
encased.
It's a
It's like,
shell of
yeah,
sugar.
it's encased in carbonite.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that shit.
Sugar night, yeah.
Yeah, Suge Knight.
But not sugar night.
He dangles them over the edge of the convenience store until they submit.
Those pies are fine. It's like a homemade cherry pie. I don't like
Yeah.
those. I just don't like the texture of cherry. I like the flavor of cherries, just fine. It's the texture of them. I don't like that.
They're all, and pies are always kind of like a little bit of like Russian roulette because
Yeah.
it's like, is there going to be a pit?
Is there going to be a pit, or are these apples too crunchy? Just yeah, it's a crapshoot.
I mean, I like apple pie. I like cherry pie. I like peach cobbler.
Peach cobbler is the shit.
People
but
love
you gotta,
peach cobbler.
You gotta get those peaches nice and soft.
Blueberry cobbler, blackberry cobbler.
Key lime?
Casey does a
Key
great
lime is
strawberry
the
cobbler.
Key lime
But
is the shit.
key lime pie and lemon meringue pie.
Ooh,
Probably
lemon meringue. I love a lemon meringue.
I'm not a huge lemon meringue guy, but key
Ooh, boy.
lime has my heart.
Pumpkin?
I did a. No, I don't really like pumpkin pie.
I don't
That's
like
probably the only
pumpkin pie
pie.
at
That's probably the
all.
only pie I don't care for is pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Pecan?
Yeah.
Pecan pie is just so sweet.
It is very
Oh,
sweet,
it's just
isn't it?
Cairo syrup with some nuts on top.
Yeah, pretty much. And then chess pie is like
I
that
like
too.
chess pie.
I like chess pie.
Chocolate chess pie.
It's hard to eat that.
Derby
though.
pie.
You get a bite or two, and
Yeah.
like, yep, I'm good.
Is chess pie, is that technically a pie?
Or is it more of like a pudding?
I don't know.
Kind of, I don't know how to.
That's a
qualify
legit
that.
question.
It's
I
more
know
like
it's called-
cheesecake.
It
so what would
is.
you call it? Would you consider cheesecake a cake or a pie?
Pie.
Then I'd say chess pie was probably.
Yeah, it
'Cause
is.
it's got the same
Cheesecake is
consistency.
definitely more pie-like than cake, isn't it? I mean, man, this is that was a good question.
Good.
Russ. That
Brought
got
up
us
lots of
Yeah, that
things.
got us going.
I remember
I'm
one
gonna-
time in D.C., correspondent Laura Ammons went home and brought back a fuck ton of Meyer lemons. Fuck ton. And I love Meyer lemons.
Wait a minute, she's not a lemon thief, is she?
Lemon thieving whore. So she...
So you guys had a lemon party? Okay, I'm
pretty
done.
much.
I got them.
Well, pretty much.
got all of them out.
Because she brought me so many that they were about to go bad. I was like, what am I gonna do with all these fucking lemons? So I remember I made Meyer lemon pound cake for everyone I knew. I had like a 5-gallon bucket that I was mixing this cake mix up with and putting in all these pans. And then I made
I love
a...
that you did that. I
so
seriously, I
made a
do.
Meyer lemon glaze.
You know,
and I
when
took
life
it to
gives you
everybody's
lemons.
house because it's all... There you go.
No,
Make
it's
a
just
cake
such
for
a
everyone.
Yeah, it's just a nice thing to do.
And,
That is a nice thing
But
to
the
do.
one thing I did for me though, I made a Meyer lemon meringue pie that was fucking
God,
great.
lemon meringue pie. I love it. Yeah, that's a very nice. I just sort of let them rot. But I also don't enjoy. I also don't enjoy cooking or baking. So it would have been a lot. I mean, I just would have been like, "Fuck, don't."
It's the closest I've ever come to industrial baking. Having like, I mean, I had the biggest bucket I could find, just fucking going over
Hiring
a
kids off
huge
the
thing.
street.
Go, just turn this for a minute.
Fucking put a blending thing on the end of a drill motor and just.
That's about how. If I would have had access to my dad's stuff in DC, that's exactly how I would have done it.
Wow.
Fucking Lowe's paint bucket size, like 5-gallon bucket size. Yeah.
Fun fact: you can buy really big buckets at Firehouse Subs.
Makes
Don't-
perfect sense.
Don't know why, but you can. They call them pickle buckets.
It's
but I don't
probably
think the
what they're-
pickles
Oh,
really.
that's what we get the pickle
Do the
chips
pickles
in.
really come
yeah,
in
they
that?
come in
Oh, okay.
huge white 5-gallon
Yeah,
buckets.
they,
That's
and
what
they,
we
and
get
they
'em-
sell them for $2.
That's a pretty good deal.
$2 is not a bad price for a
Everybody needs a
5-gallon
big bucket.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
wait, that was the pre-pandemic prices. I don't know if they've gone up
That's
since
true.
then.
I mean,
Smart of
that's why-
them actually to sell those things because I'd buy one.
I almost did for
mean-
no reason.
Well, you might
Hey,
need
you
a
might need
5-gallon
one.
bucket.
I
You
thought
might
it-
need a towel. You might need a bucket. You may as well get both.
I thought it'd be funny to go back into work with a big bucket. I didn't do it because I didn't have $2. But hey,
So that's why all our pickles, pickle chips, and whole pickles at work come in huge
And
ass
pickle buckets.
5-gallon buckets. Yep.
now I know they're not shit. They're not fucking around there at Firehouse. Next question. Fuck, marry, kill. Griffin, dragon, harpy. This is actually kind of easy. I'm going to marry the dragon, and here's why. Because I can be like, hey, baby, can you, shape-shift and, a fucking sexy elf for me, please? And if she's, a chromatic dragon, she'll eat me. But if otherwise, if she's, a crystal dragon, it'll work out. It'll be fine.
No, sounds good to me.
And harpies suck, so I'm going to kill a harpy. And then I guess I'm going to fuck a griffin. Not really happy about that, but
What's up, Griffin McElroy? Bend over.
Griffin is a griffin is the least human out of that trio. But I'm not going to fuck a harpy.
Harpies are
I mean, a
just
harpy
pain
just
in
has
the
tits.
ass.
That's it. Otherwise, it's just a bird. It's a bird with tits.
Well, when you put it that way, I think I might fuck the harpy.
At least there are tits.
Because I just got done playing some Breath of Fire 2. I tried picking that up again before
Yeah.
I got very bored very quick with it.
It's tough to play those now,
I've
isn't
never
it?
played it. I've never been able to get through that fucking game. It just bores the shit out of me.
When I was making a concerted effort to be like, I'm getting through this. No, I couldn't do
It's
it.
so grind heavy.
It is.
Ugh.
Cool game though. I like
I love the characters. I like
I
the
know,
story.
the character
I
design
mean, I
and-
died in the last 3 hours because I had to
Yeah.
grind in the fucking forest, and I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm done again. Maybe I'll try again in another 10 years.
I also just like the idea of Capcom being like, we're gonna make an RPG because I'm kind of like a Capcom guy. I like typically what they produce, and it's just I don't think I'll ever get through Breath of Fire 1 or 2 all the way. I just play it. I'm like, yeah, that was cool, but I'm done. And then when I get the urge to play it again, it's like I'll just start it from the beginning.
Yep. I feel like Breath of Fire 1 is more accessible than 2.
Yeah,
I think the way you start off in 2 is really fucking weird.
Yeah. So how are you gonna fuck these monsters, boys?
I'm gonna ride on your coattails and take your answer.
I don't know, you gonna fuck that griffin with me, huh?
Yeah, we'll just team up on the griffin.
Get weird looks
Get
in
it
the
out of the
stable.
way. Yeah, fuck it.
I mean, of all three of them, I think you're right. I'm going to marry the dragon. The dragon can be anything, be your friend, be your, gonna marry the dragon.
They're usually rich. I mean, dragon is
All
that's the
that money.
That's the no brainer.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It's like marrying like Bruce Wayne, but he's also Mystique.
And then I guess I'll fuck the griffin and kill the harpy.
All right. We're all in agreement.
it's a
Harpies are
consensus.
just the worst, and you know they fucking smell bad.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
shit everywhere. You got to
Yeah.
put newspaper down for them.
Yeah, they're birds with tits.
Yeah,
like
if they don't
you
even,
said.
and they're not even nice tits. It's
You
like, why are
nailed
you
it.
here? At least the griffin can fly and I can ride it.
Next question.
Suikoden 2 has a griffin character. It's good. It's fine.
Who is the Griffin character in Suikoden? I don't remember.
In Suikoden
that.
2.
In Suikoden 2. Okay, yeah.
They have big monsters that join your party that take up 2 party slots.
Oh, okay. That's neat. I need to replay Suikoden 1 on original hardware so that I can then play
import.
Suikoden 2 and import the
I
game.
do. I would like to play Suikoden 2 in 2022
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
at some point in time.
I'm down for that. That sounds great. Will you play through Suikoden 1 for me, please, on the memory card?
Yep.
So that I don't have to. I mean, I liked
Absolutely.
it, but I don't know that I necessarily want to do it again.
Nope, absolutely I will. No problem with that.
Next question. Fuck, marry, kill. Lying on grass in the summertime, taking your feet off the pedals, cycling down a big hill, warming your hands in front of a fire.
I do not like the feel of grass. I'm killing grass. I
Okay.
don't like walking outside barefoot. I don't like any of that shit.
Is it just the sensation, or is it like anxiety about
It's
stepping on
generally
something?
anxiety about
or-
stepping on
sure.
something.
And that's usually the reservation I have with lying down in the grass, which I do at home, but still, it's kind of like
I don't care for it. Killing it right off.
okay.
The thing about letting your feet off the pedals, that's a good sensation, but
It
I'm
is.
also going to have to ride back up that hill, and that's going to suck.
Yeah, or you had to ride up to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
So I guess I'm going to marry warming your hands by the fire and fuck the bicycle.
Okay. Ian, what do you think?
That's actually hard for me. I'm gonna, under the right circumstances, I really do like laying in the grass. I love the cooling of the cool sensation of fresh grass. I love the smell.
Yeah.
And if it's that kind of day and it's a nice cool day and I'm not getting eat up by mosquitoes or fire ants or some shit, you know. Yeah. That's a really nice sensation.
You're not
But
worried about a ladybug crawling in your ear and never coming out for the rest of your life? Because
I
I'm
think-
not either.
I think that may be what's happening to me now. Maybe what's been wrong with me for the last couple days.
Let's probably just a spider. Don't worry.
Yeah. They'll pull it right out. But I'm gonna marry the hands by the fire
Okay.
because that is nice. If you got really cold hands,
It's
you've been
kind of
working,
the
and
best.
you can put your hands up
It
to
is
it.
kind
and-
of the best.
Yeah, that's nice. So that's my
And you
marry.
get to feel like you're part of a D&D adventuring team, too,
yeah.
when you do it.
I don't love the smell of my clothes after a fire, but
Sure.
I do like the fire.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's my marry. My fuck is, I think, going to be laying in the grass, and that's under perfect circumstances.
Okay.
And then for no other than I don't have another choice, killing the bike.
Killing
thing.
the bike,
But I don't have
pedals.
anything, because that's fun too.
Fun.
It's a nice sensation.
It's a sensation. So when I was riding that motorcycle, it was weird because it is always that sensation.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could also just put pedals on it for you so you could feel like you're really badass.
That would be pretty great. But that is a great, I mean, it was because it was weird because it's like, oh, I haven't had this sensation since I was a child.
Yeah.
And it's like, I understand why. I'm sure there are multiple reasons that people don't wear helmets when they ride a bike or a motorcycle. A lot of it's probably laziness. Some of it's probably fucking toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
and
there
then
you go.
Another part of it is like, because the helmet I had has a visor. And it's
Yeah.
like you flip that fucker up and it's like, this feels fucking great. It feels like it's exhilarating. I'm only going 45 miles an hour,
you're
but
getting
it
that-
feels like I'm going 300
You're getting
miles
that
an
wind
hour.
delivered directly onto your
Yeah.
face and head, especially if you've got the helmets with the vents
Right.
that you can like open up and it like
Yeah.
it surrounds your skull in cool air.
It feels fucking
It's wonderful,
fantastic.
Yeah.
But I'm still just only going to fuck that because literally, like, holy shit, man. Putting your hands out in front of a fire.
That's so good.
Oh my God. It's the best. It's the best. And then I'll have to kill lying in the grass. And it is just because.
It's the only choice available.
No, it's because of the
because of
grass
the-
anxiety.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, Melissa and Jack would run outside or over the grass and just like,
I will do it. Like when Henry and I will go outside and like he wants to play. I'll get tired and lay down on the grass. But that's really the big reason. That's it, Ross.
All right.
These
Good
fucking
quiz.
these fucking ruled. Excellent quiz. Looking forward to being able to share your Mr. Puzzles game here in a couple of weeks. Do you guys want to take some calls? I got a couple calls. You want to
Take a couple
just
calls.
Take a couple calls.
I got to work tomorrow.
All right, Ian, you good?
Yeah, I
Just
got a little bit. I got a little bit left in me.
Okay, all right. I just have to find them. That's all. It's not a big deal. I'm sure this will be fine. First call.
Yeah, hey, this is Michael Slayball. You were just out there looking at where to put in my power just half hour or so ago. I was just thinking I may wait a little bit to go ahead and put in that underground stuff. Maybe try to get my drywall stuff. Get somebody started on my drywall.
Doing the
All right.
sheetrock at the McDonald's.
I gotta wake my ass up at 5 in the morning.
Then when that's going, I'll have a little more time to work on this underground. So I just thought I'd let you know if you don't hear something from me right away. That's kind of what I'm working on.
All right, Michael.
Just thought I'd let you know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you don't hear from me, I just want you to know I left a message on the wrong phone number. That person was
Fucking
probably like,
TADPOG. That's who's in my drywall.
I like that one a lot.
That was a good one. So far, best call of the
Wish that
episode.
happened more.
Next call. This is from 336.
Hey, motherfucking Tadpog. Backlog Banisher Dane again.
Dane,
You know what? I'm not going to give you a bunch of fucked up questions this time.
you're losing Mr. Puzzle's rank rapidly. Ross is catching up.
Just want to chat. So, I've been playing a lot of that pistol whip thanks to Big Dick Pie Baker, Chris Vaughn. He got me hooked on that when I got my VR headset. And, shooting guys in the head to dance music, feeling like a badass, that kind of got me off on this whole Keanu Reeves kick because I just had to watch John Wick. I'm releasing my inner John Wick. I got to watch some John Wick.
Thick for the wick,
Got
as
some-
I like to say.
Thick for the wick. We got some fresh wick coming soon.
Fresh wick.
Part 3. Is it 3 or 4?
I think it's
There's
4.
4 coming. And let's also not forget that very soon the new Matrix movie drops.
That is true.
And it's gonna be on
Matrix Reloaded.
HBO Max.
And that's
So
where I'm going to watch
that's where I'm gonna watch
'cause I'm
it
not
too.
sure it's going to be great. But
I'm excited
I like
for
the
it,
trailer.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, I
don't-
like that trailer.
This is one of those I don't care if it's not good. I'm excited for it and I'm not going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I'm not going to allow myself to be disappointed because it looks good.
There is
And I love The
no
Matrix.
way that it's worse than those 2 movies that don't exist.
Well, they're retcon those, so that's good. I don't think those count anymore. I think it's gonna be the Matrix and then this one.
I guess that's the beauty of the Matrix.
Right. You can just
delete data, right?
Yeah.
Also, I have never seen a John Wick movie.
Neither have I.
I would like to, but I just have never done it. There's a dog in it, right? I heard that.
I gotta go.
Or rather, there's a dog not in it.
There's nodding in it.
Dog nodding?
Oh, the toy box killer. Whoa.
Man. It's no judgment. It's just sad.
You can judge. You can judge. I don't care. I just haven't seen it. It's not because I don't like it or don't think I won't. It's just because
you just haven't.
I just haven't.
It is what it is.
I just haven't done
I get it.
And
I'm sad that you haven't seen it because that's one I can say you're missing out.
Yeah. Well, it also hasn't been a situation of someone being like, "Hey, we're gonna go watch John Wick. Do you want to come?"
Yeah.
And that's typically how I watch movies. It's either
I'm going to lure you to my house under the premise of watching Joe Dirt.
I don't believe it because we haven't watched Joe Dirt
and then
yet.
we're going to watch John Wick.
Similar kind of names.
Yeah, same amount of syllables.
It's like white ass dude first name and then noun.
I'll do the reverse. I'll watch a Dirt Wick.
I love a good Dirt Wick. Yeah, and then it's like fuck, I gotta watch 3 of these fucking things to get current. I don't know.
They go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Common's in the second one, if that helps.
who is?
Common.
Who?
Fucking look it up. Common's in everything now. So
I do like Common.
Talking about like magic cards?
Yep.
Common,
Yep,
uncommon.
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I honestly,
That's what John Wick's about is magic tournaments. Just constant Magic the Gathering.
Man, that'd be fucking amazing if that's how we killed people.
like Gambit style, just throwing magic cards at them. And
No, he just plays them in a deadly game of Magic.
it's like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Does he do like card katas? Is that a thing that he would do? I don't know.
probably.
I guess I'll watch a John Wick. I would watch a John Wick.
Okay.
Nothing against the John Wick. It's just I've never done it.
No, I didn't think you had anything against
No.
it. I'm just surprised because it's
the
a
most
very
Seinfeld
popular
conversation I've ever seen the two of you had. I'd watch a John Wick.
I'd watch a
know
John
you'd watch
Wick.
a John Wick. I don't think
Yeah,
he gets the John Wick.
I'd watch one. Watch one. I just never have.
You should watch the John Wick. I'm just saying. I think you'll like it.
You got the John Wick 2?
I mean, it's a popular thing.
It's the sequel, and then the John Wick 3. It came out after John Wick 2.
See, so that makes it a trilogy, and those are always good.
There are too many John Wicks.
But there's going to be a fourth.
That's a lot of John Wicks.
It's a lot of John Wicks.
Well, it's also kind of one of those situations where it's like, it's honestly kind of rare that I watch a movie alone.
Well, and this is one that cannot be watched in the vicinity of your child.
Yeah,
It
I
is
assumed.
Uber mega fucking violent.
Yeah.
I mean, those movies are probably some of the most violent movies I've seen ever.
I mean,
That's a bold statement.
now I really want to see them.
Yeah. You do. I know you do.
Yeah,
Let's just watch Faces of Death then, man. Let's all get together and watch that
that
shit.
crosses the line. Too real.
Yeah, too real.
I'd rather watch bum fights.
I'm just saying, I was only surprised to hear that you hadn't seen them because it was a very popular franchise, and I know you would dig it. So
Yeah.
it's all good. No worries.
It's also just I don't know, when Nikki and I watch a movie, it's usually something that I'm not saying she wouldn't enjoy John Wick. I'm sure that she would sit through John Wick and like be like and enjoy it okay. But I just don't think that there would be like a lot of like moments where I could look over and be like, that was cool, right? And
Yeah.
I was surprised how much Melissa enjoyed Kung Fu Hustle when we watched that a few weeks
Well,
ago.
Kung Fu Hustle's a really good movie, probably better than John Wick.
And I don't know
honestly.
why I wanted to watch it. For some reason, I'm just strangely compelled to watch that movie with her.
I liked it. That's a good movie.
So it's good.
Yeah. All right. I'll watch a John Wick.
Okay.
I'll watch it. And then a Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt. Let's throw a little Joe Dirt on there. What was the other one we were going to watch? There was a. We've started building this list. There was something else we were talking about watching with Joe Dirt. And it wasn't. This was like last week.
I don't know. We definitely watched Mean Girls, though. And
Yeah.
Mean Girls is a good example of like a movie that I can sit with Nikki and we can both equally enjoy. Yeah.
I went to Ian's house to watch Joe Dirt, and while we were sitting there, he just pulls it out. He just pulls out John Wick.
He pulled it.
What did you do?
Out.
This is the John Wick I called you over to watch.
And then a pit bull jumps through the window and tears all our throats out.
at 9/11.
You made me look at the time.
Yeah, I did too.
I think
It's
we missed it.
9:55. It's
Yeah, we missed it tonight.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's see. Backlog Banner Day continues.
Surprisingly enough, got my wife to watch it too. Usually action movies put her to sleep, but she really got into them. And then next thing you know, I'm watching the Matrix movies.
There we go.
Holy shit.
I'm watching Bill and Ted.
There we go. Now, Bill and Ted. I need to see Face the Music
Oh,
still.
have you not seen it yet?
I haven't seen
I
it.
was going to ask you if you liked it.
I really, really want to see it. That's how bad. Like when we talk about me watching John Wick, it's like there are movies that I desperately want to watch,
Sure.
and have access to. I just haven't done it yet, and like Face the Music is one of those. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if I don't go see a movie in a theater, there is a very big chance that I'm just never going to
not gonna
watch.
see
Are
it.
you me? Exactly.
Bill and Ted is an excellent.
Hey,
I think it's pretty bogus myself.
that's a bummer.
But it is an adventure. And they do face the music.
All right, I want to watch it.
It's good.
I want to watch it. I'm sure that I'll love it.
It's as Bill and Ted as it gets.
And I love the first.
They didn't lose anything as far as I'm concerned.
That second movie is a very good movie.
It is a good movie.
It's a very good movie. It's like probably one of the best Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah.
that is unlicensed D&D movie that exists
For sure.
I dated a girl in college who looked like Station.
You dated a girl that looked like Station?
Yeah. I remember, like, after I saw that movie, I was like, oh my God.
Backlog Banisher Dane continues. Oops, I closed the call. Let's see if this is where you left off.
Usually action movies put her to sleep.
Yeah.
Kinda
She
close.
really got into them. And then next thing you know, I'm watching the Matrix movies. I'm watching Bill and Ted. I'm just going through the Keanu Reeves catalog. I'm even listening to a podcast called Can't Get Enough of Keanu because, you know what? Fuck it. I can't get enough of Keanu. I know.
That's his podcast.
Next, I watched Sweet November with Keanu Reeves, and it was magic.
I have a question.
Then the Lake House.
I have a question for Backlog Banisher Dane.
Yeah.
And no, you may not use resources. I just want to know if he knows the answer.
Okay. Oh, you're doing a little Mr. Puzzles.
Little
here.
Mr. Puzzles. Can you, Backlog Banisher Dane,
Little Mr. Puzzles.
Mr. Puzzles babies.
can you, Backlog Banisher Dane,
Ian's on a tricycle right now.
Can you, Backlog Banisher Dane, as a Keanu Reeves fan,
Eat all this ham.
tell me the name of the band that Keanu Reeves was in?
Oh, it's easy.
Is it?
Yeah, Tobor.
There you go. You just gave him the
Robot
fucking
backwards.
Oh, it's Wild Stallions, Ian. I don't know what you're
answer.
talking
It wasn't Wild Stallions. Keanu Reeves is a bass player for a band, and I wanted to know if Dane knows the answer. Let's find out next week, hopefully.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know where we're going to do that.
don't yeah.
Let's find out 6 months from
Yeah,
now.
call in with that answer. We will definitely get to you in 2023.
Well, I mean, don't call it in. Just message me on Discord, and don't cheat.
Okay.
Or you don't get to take the Mr. Puzzles. I'm giving the Mr. Puzzles moniker to whoever is worthy of it.
So whoever answers that first.
We could do that. I mean, I think it's down to Ross and Dane, right?
It would be
one of the
between
two
Ross and
since
Dane.
they're the quiz guy.
And I will tell you this that I
Bovine Bear used to do some quizzes, right?
sure did.
So I mean, Bovine Bear, you want to get in on this action?
I will say that Ross and Dane both get the episode early because Ross just knows how to do it. And Dane,
he's in yesterday right now. So
and Dane, of course, puts together the YouTube videos. So and also knows how to do it.
Right.
So they're on equal footing. Bovine Bear Matt kind of got like he's kind of like at a disadvantage there.
Problem is, though, I don't know how to know that they didn't just cheat.
It's an honor system,
Okay.
right?
I believe that they would be honorable.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
we were honest when we totally fucking lost, you know?
Well, if you were listening to the episode and you got any of my information from earlier about how to reach me, Dane and or Ross, whoever hits me with the right answer first gets the Mr. Puzzles theme moniker.
All right.
They can have it.
Okay.
That's my quiz for them.
What if they don't want it?
They're gonna want it.
All right.
They want it.
Fair.
I
fair.
know they want it.
All right. Whoever loses, we're going to call you Final Destination. Dane continues.
Continues.
Kevin Smith once said that Ben Affleck could play anything, even the shark in Jaws. Honestly, I think Keanu Reeves could play anything. I'm going to say it, controversial statement. I think he'd have been a better Batman. So, you know
I could
me.
see him being
A
Batman.
better Batman.
than who? Yeah.
Ben Affleck. is what they were
Oh,
saying.
yeah. Okay.
I love Batfleck.
I do
Love
too.
Batfleck.
I didn't witness Batfleck. I just imagine it in my mind.
He's good at it, but I don't think Keanu would have been a better Batman than Michael Keaton.
Michael
But I know
Keaton was a good
I
Batman.
see
Better than Clooney. He would have been better than Clooney.
Yeah.
We can all say.
Yeah, we can all agree with that, I think.
and Kilmer. Kilmer was all right.
Yeah,
but-
Kilmer was definitely better than George Clooney.
Yeah, and
right?
also his was kind of a victim of just being a bad movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
was
that
a very
wasn't
bad
all.
movie.
That wasn't Val Kilmer's fault. But yeah, okay. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't know if that I would want Keanu in Batman. It's like almost too much. You know, I don't want him to get locked into something like that. I like to see him do all this stuff that he does. You know.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him get locked into something like Batman or. They're
Some
talking
big-
about trying to get him in the Marvel universe, and I'm like,
Oh, really?
I
They
don't
are?
know.
Well, they already fucked up. He's not Doctor Strange. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, he would have been a good Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Who is left that he could play? He would be good.
They're getting into like Moon Knight stuff, talking about him being in that, not as
Yeah,
Moon Knight.
I don't think he'd be a bad Moon Knight, but
Probably not. No, I don't think he'd be bad at any
Right,
of it.
right,
I just
right,
don't
right.
want him to get locked into stuff and not do other projects because
he'd be a good Dagger.
I only vaguely know who you're talking about.
Elba could be Cloak. He could be Dagger.
yeah,
Dagger's a blonde girl. So. My point is he can play anything.
yeah. There you go.
It wasn't, but Backlog Banisher Dane continues.
Digging Keanu Reeves. And I'm not going to lie, I don't care what the movie is. He's good in it. Even the bad ones, he's still good in the movie. So what I want to ask you, what actor or actress or, well, they don't really say actress anymore, but what actor will you defend no matter what the fuck they're in?
Jacob
And
York.
Tyler,
Yep.
I know you
Yeah.
don't like Han Solo. I know you don't like Harrison Ford. It's okay. I get it. But I know that Harrison Ford's one of those people that people will defend to the death. But who would you defend to the death as an actor? And Jacob doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Chriselle. Brandon of Axelay fame.
It's honing the craft, man.
Paul Korn. That's a tough. I might have to get back to you on that. I have to
Jason
think on
Bateman.
that.
Man, it is so fucking weird that you just said that, man. Holy shit. Get out of my fucking head, man. This is not a bit. This is not a fucking act. It is so fucking weird that you just said Jason Bateman. I don't like this.
We need some time apart.
Damn it. Well, of all people, why were we both thinking Jason Bateman at the same time?
Because he's good.
He is.
Drama, comedy, whatever. He's always good.
It's so weird though that we both thought Jason.
That's how
Bateman
good he is.
Jason Bateman, Batman,
Yeah. Yeah.
Bateman.
Bateman. Oh, shit.
Oh God. Is that why we both thought Jason Bateman because he said Batman?
I didn't think of it.
Do our brains work that way?
I just think, what do I love? Like everything I've ever seen him in. It's like, well, it's Jason Bateman.
Oh fuck. I don't know, man. There are like a couple actors that I feel like Gary Oldman. I mean, I like a Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not Batman. He's Commissioner Gordon. Be kind of weird if he was also Batman. Yeah,
I mean, I'm kind of with Dane on the Keanu tip for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. He's been in a couple really shitty movies, but for the most part, I would defend him too. God, there's just so many though. There's
I've
so
never,
many people to think of.
I've never seen Point Break.
It's overrated.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised to hear that, honestly, because I feel like people love that movie.
People do love it, and when the first time I saw it, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
But now, if I watch it now, I don't like it. I just wasn't a fan of. I don't know.
How
There's
about
just something
Steve,
about it. I
Steve
didn't like.
Carell.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's
I
a
thought you were
good
going to say
one.
Steve Martin. Steve
I
Carell.
thought Steve Martin
Yeah.
Martin short.
Steve Carell
But
is.
I haven't seen enough of their stuff,
Yeah.
to be perfectly honest.
Bill
But-
Murray? Yeah. No.
No.
For me, yeah. There are a lot of things.
As a performer, maybe, but I also know he's notoriously like kind of shitty to deal with.
Yeah.
So that's soured me on him a little bit. Paul Rudd.
That's a
Paul
good one.
Rudd's real good. Paul Rudd's real good. I'm never like disappointed.
Yep.
You know, and because it's always like, oh, Paul Rudd's in this movie. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Paul Giamatti.
I don't think I've seen very much Paul Giamatti stuff, but I know he's also good.
Yeah, he's good. I'd love to see him as Batman. I fucking love it.
All right, I've got one.
All right.
Kind of a guilty pleasure. Mark Wahlberg.
Okay.
He's been in a lot of movies that a lot of people think are really bad, but I still like. And he's not I won't say he's a great actor. He kind of has one lane.
Yeah.
I think. But some of the movies that he's been in that have been really, really good are superb.
Yeah.
He is good in them, and I kind of would defend Mark Wahlberg just about
I didn't like
about
Wahlburger
anything.
very much when I went to eat there.
Oh, really?
That's about the worst I can say about him.
He was terrible in that. It was an M. Night Shyamalan movie called The Happening.
Yeah.
But everyone was terrible in that movie.
Sure.
Like that was, I think,
was just
done,
a bad
I think that
movie.
was just done on purpose.
That was all about like tree cum, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
I still don't know what
Pretty
it was
sure.
about. The trees were making people kill themselves,
Spoilers.
basically. Yeah, spoilers. He was,
We just say
but every
We're gonna
every
say it after.
single person in that movie, it was like purposely, like I think they said, be bad, like try to be normal, regular people that can't act. Zoe Deschanel is in it. A few other people, good actors generally, but they are acting like they don't know how to act.
Now this is gonna come across shitty. But has Zoe Deschanel she had a lot of movie acting experience?
Well, she was in Elf. She was in that. She
99
was
Days
in,
of Summer.
Yeah, that's
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
yeah. That was a good movie. I don't.
I mean, Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, I love everything they do.
Yeah,
TV,
that's
movie,
true.
anything. Like, it's always...
The only reason I say it is because I think it's kind of one of those where I'm not surprised to hear that she wasn't good
Yeah.
in that movie. Because when I think of her, I'm like, well, I mean, it's probably a lot different than the TV acting.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I can't confirm this. I just think that was done on purpose. I think they were told to act as if they aren't actors, like if they're real people but it just come across as kind of phony. On top of a weak premise, the whole thing just sort of fell apart really quickly for me. But I didn't have like he was in, of course, Boogie Nights, which is a fantastic movie. He was in Rockstar, which was fantastic. He was in that with Jennifer Aniston. He played a guy that replaced. He was like a cover band singer for the band was called Steel Dragon, but it was obviously Judas Priest.
That's the name of Keanu Reeves' band. You just gave it away.
Incorrect.
Steel
You are not Mr. Puzzles.
You're right.
I'm pretty sure he was the bass in the Judas Priest.
But Mark Wahlberg's character would go to all the concerts, Steel Dragon concerts, and could mimic the lead singer almost perfectly. I'd seen the act so many times, and he could mimic his voice and he could basically do. So they were about to oust the lead singer of the band, and they spotted this guy out in the audience, Mark Wahlberg, doing his thing, and so they bring him in to replace the guy, and he's just some rando, but he ends up becoming rich and famous and stuff. It's kind of like Boogie Nights, which I know you said you've never seen.
That's another one that it's like I want to watch.
Yeah, that's
and
a
I just
classic.
never have.
But he's really good in that. And I mean, if I go down the list, there's a movie called The Big Hit, which is really super good. It's one of his early movies. Just down the line, I could say, yeah, Mark Wahlberg is my pick for that question.
I like Brad Pitt a lot.
Brad Pitt, I just don't think you can go wrong with him at all. So that's a really good answer.
Rami Malek, I feel like it's a new
Rami Malek
one. He's
is
always pretty amazing.
Something else. He was in the new Bond movie as the.
He was. I actually saw that one.
Good movie. But
he was good as Freddie Mercury in the. That was really good.
Mr. Robot is like one of my favorite
I've heard it's
shows.
amazing. I've never seen it.
It was something. It was really good. It was weird, but it was a really fucking good show.
I love Kristen Bell and everything she's ever done.
Yeah.
Drama or comedy.
Yeah, I could see that.
House of Lies, The Good Place, like it's all.
Well, and fucking Zach or
Please say Zach Galifianakis.
her husband, Kristen Bell's husband,
Dak Shepard.
Dak Shepard. I love that guy.
Sounds like a Star Wars name, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It really does. He was in Chips, the movie version of Chips, and it was fucking good. I liked it. It was just silly, but I loved it, So I could pick a lot of people, but I think, like I said, I think I'm going to land on Mark Wahlberg as my answer for that.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Other people's money.
Is that the one where he says you don't have to be hungry to eat a donut?
I think it is.
Like he buys a factory.
Yes.
Yeah, and shuts it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a really funny movie.
Yeah.
I like that movie a lot. Batman Returns. He was in that as Penguin.
Fuck, it all comes back to Batman. I mean, I loved Batman Returns when it came out and watched it in the theater as a kid. I do not know that I have seen that movie since then, and I am actively avoiding watching that movie again.
Michelle Pfeiffer's still super hot in it.
I believe
I've seen it recently.
I do believe that.
Yeah. I thought the Penguin was so gross.
He was super gross.
Like they did a good job of making that whole thing happen. Okay.
All right.
What's your answer?
Well, there
Tyler?
is a Batman Returns for the SNES. We'll get to eventually.
Oh,
This might be a good time
that'd
to
be a good
revisit
time
it.
to watch it.
Yep.
And like the parts that I loved as a kid, I'm sure are the parts now where I'll be like, oh god, where they like have like penguins with rockets on them,
Yeah, the circus thing.
Very
happened.
Joey
Yeah.
Shoes.
yeah. But I mean, I love that. I ate that shit up as a kid. I was like, I fucking love penguins and rockets.
Yeah.
This is great. It's like Reese's Pieces.
Do you have one?
Probably for the actor. Probably for
Jason Bateman.
For a male, Jason Bateman. For a female, Kristen Bell.
Okay. Forgot he said Jason Bateman. That whole thing just left my head for some reason.
No, it's burned. That's burned in my soul now.
Yeah.
That was definitely one of those fucking mind meld moments.
Good question.
Yeah. Thank you, Dane. What do you think? You want to do another one? You want to call it?
You do one more?
One more.
One more?
All right. Here we go. Next call. Don't mind me. I just got to scroll because the app reset. It's fine. Google Voice. Great app.
quality stuff that they put a whole lot of time and thought and effort into.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't complain.
It's free.
Literally cost me nothing.
It's free phone calls. Yeah.
Let's see. Here's another call from Backlog Banisher Dane, I believe. Apologies if this is the one that I just played. I'll fix it if it is. We got a stack of them.
Motherfucking TADPOG. Backlog Banisher Dane here again.
Hey, Dane.
I'm worried I might be becoming the next beloved Adam. If I'm calling too much, let me know, guys. I'm sure
It's nothing to be worried about.
We won't let you know. Everyone else will. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that is honestly not our job.
Yeah,
we've
we're all
discovered.
good with all of it.
Yeah,
just
it's
here.
fine. Yeah. This is free content. Thank you.
hear about it. I've been listening to some classic TADPOG and hearing the intro stories you guys used to tell a whole lot. Got me to think about my misvenue. And I just got to tell you a quick story. It's been on my mind. It's about me and my friend Brandon, who, much like Brandon of Axley, has a big dick. Yes, I've seen it. No, I don't want to talk about it. So,
Yet here we are.
Let's hear his big dick story.
I guess about 10 years ago now, a mutual friend of ours named Chris.
I'm sorry, did you say meow?
No, I'm not saying meow. What do I look like, a cat? Am I going on nimbly bimbly from tree to tree? Now be quiet, meow.
Oh, God, now I want to watch that.
God.
Who wants a mustache ride?
I do.
What movie are you doing?
Super Troopers.
Oh, I've never seen it.
God, so
I've seen it.
Yeah, it is. It's a good one.
Flattered us in a small way. We were supposed to hang out. He didn't show. And all I did, I sent him a text. Beware of ninjas. He kept texting back, what are you talking about? What's going to happen? Because he knows me. And I'm going to tell you what we did.
He knows me. I command a legion of ninjas.
His girlfriend worked with me at a department store. We'll call it Walden Walmart. And she led us into their apartment to hide in their bedroom, dressed like ninjas, and wait for Chris to get off of work. I'm hiding in the closet. Big Dick Brandon is under a pile of dirty laundry that was perpetually at the foot of their bed. So we wait. And the signal was, when he gets home, she sends him in there to get changed for dinner, slams the door through his ass, we know to jump out and jump up. So we hear giggles, and we're thinking, this bitch has sold us out. This dirty bitch has sold us out. And then the giggles subside, and then we hear the door slam. This was my cue. Now, I forgot to mention that in the...
We all started sucking Big Dick Brandon off. Is where I hope this story
His dick
goes.
was hanging out of the laundry.
Our friend
We
Chris,
saw it.
our friend Chris came in from his job as a cop and shot Brandon in the face.
We heard the door slam, which was our cue, and Brandon said, "Ow!"
My dick.
other corner of the room, we had a boombox with a Mortal Kombat soundtrack in it.
Fucking classic. I love that shit.
Okay.
I fucking love it. You can do that all fucking day, man. What Mortal Kombat character would Jason Bateman play?
Sonya. Because he could.
I think he'd make a funny Jax.
Or an obvious Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
I could see his attitude.
God, can you imagine him fucking ripped like Johnny Cage?
Excuse me, Shang Tsung, the adults are talking.
What about, hey, we didn't even mention Robert Downey Jr. I feel like he's one of those.
He is a good
who is
example. 'cause
just
he's
like-
been like working hard since
Yeah,
the 80s.
right.
Like there's a lot of shit he was in the 80s
Right.
that was questionable.
For sure.
But I'd still defend him. So
Sure.
that's a good answer.
And I hit on the remote play, and it starts yelling, Mortal Kombat, bum, 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 bum. And I jump out of the closet, and I come face to face with Chris, wearing nothing but a polo shirt and a confused look.
Donald
Shirt
Ducking
cocking
it.
Standing there, dick in hand,
Shirt cock.
hair out of his whip. And he has to make a very
Toddler
important
style.
decision. Do I hold
Toddler style.
the dick, or do I run?
Carrying a big cup of juice.
He decided to freeze. So I tackle him, Brandon comes out from under the laundry, comes face to Dick, and we just bounce the shit out of this guy. Now, I'm sure you have two very important questions. And the answers are, did we film this? Abso-fucking-lutely we did. Did we put it on YouTube? You bet your sweet ass. If you message me right now, I'll send you the link so you can put it in the show notes.
All right.
What's the weirdest thing you've done to a friend who has bailed on you last minute? Anything that over the top?
I don't play pranks.
Yeah, I do only pretty much on Henry. And that's even sparingly because he fucking hates it. And I understand it because my dad used to do that shit to me.
Identity theft is not a joke, Dad.
But I mean, he like is weirded out by ants. Like he's in this phase right now where he's like, if there's a single sugar ant in the bathroom, he freaks out. And it's like, do this. And I just put my finger on it, and it's like it's dead. And it's like if you do,
You are a god to these things.
Right.
Act like it.
you are a cosmic horror. And it's like if you don't see the jaws, it's fine. It's gonna be they're just sugar ants, but still, one single ant will freak him out. And then like. So what I learned is when he gets out of the tub, definitely don't be like, dude, there's an ant on you. He doesn't like that.
He slips and he falls, and now he's got a broken arm.
Yeah.
Definitely don't cover the floor in chocolate sprinkles and be like, uh-oh.
But I do like today. Normally he doesn't eat in his room, right? But Nikki and I want to have sex. So it was like, hey, here's some food. Eat it in your room. And then I was like, but if you spill any, you're going to get ants in your room.
Good shit.
No, I haven't done anything over the top recently at all.
I don't know that I ever have. I've just never been much of a prankster.
You know, my life is a gray blur.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have, but I can't think of anything at the moment.
It's late.
It is late. I'm sorry, Dane. We're not giving you the energy that your call deserves. But I thought of Robert Downey Jr. in the middle of your call, so there is that.
We got that going for us, which is nice.
That is nice. The last time I saw a big dick was when Terry was peeing in the backyard, my neighbor. So,
All right.
now I got that. That's not a prank. I just saw his big old dick.
So I hit it with a fly swatter. There's my prank.
Pranked.
Parkour.
Oh, God. Thank you, Dane. Good luck earning the Mr. Puzzles title.
I guess it wasn't over the top, but the last prank I participated in, and it came to my mind, was when Jacob and I lived together, and we had that mason jar strawberry candle that smelled amazing, and Jacob loved to smell it. So when people would come over, he's like, all right, you guys come over, get in the fridge, use the bathroom, whatever. I have one rule. Don't light this candle. This is my candle. I don't want it to be ruined. So one day during D&D, JD...
I want to point out that is just asking for somebody to light that candle. Because otherwise, no one would
Why
even
would I
think
have thought
about
to light someone else's
I
candle?
would never walk into somebody's home and be like, time to start lighting shit on fire.
Well, or go into I'm going to go take a great big dump, but I'll be sure and light this candle to cover the smell.
Nope. Wasn't that strawberry dump? Hell yeah.
Strawberry Dump is my new Steam name. And right now it's Massive Dad Shits.
So there were JD went out and found another one of those candles, and Jacob was late for a D&D session, so we'd already started, and she went ahead and lit that candle, set it in the middle of the D&D table, so we're gaming, and he comes in all excited, pulls up the table, sits down. As soon as he sits down, he fucking sees the candle lit. Fucking loses his goddamn mind. He just immediately jumped. I had one rule in this. I just started screaming, and then I pull out the other one. It's like, oh, okay.
Now I've lost all my friends.
Now imagine the role of Jacob being played by Jason Bateman. It works.
Perfect. He would have done it better than Jacob.
That is a pretty good prank. I honestly can't remember the last prank.
Nope.
A lot of trolly comments, but that doesn't probably work. That's not a full-blown prank.
I guess there was that one time in high school, my high school girlfriend and I pranked Josh real good while me leaving the room, and she asked him to finger her as a as a loyalty prank. You know,
Look at his face.
Y'all some weird motherfuckers.
Ian looked like the Memorex man.
he didn't do it. So,
Good. God,
But
that
had
could have
it-
gone
had it-
so wrong.
but had he tried, she probably just would have been quiet about it. So
Had he tried, you would have busted in the room and yelled prank.
pranked.
And then hit it with a fly swatter.
I guess that's about all I got.
That's it, man. I'm out of the energy
All right.
now.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You'll find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, whatever. Just Google Tadpog.
You'll find it. It'll say tadpole.
Yeah.
And
just
roll
blaze
with it.
through that.
yeah.
But next week, Adam's Family.
Yeah.
Nintendo. Hell
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can talk about the new movie that I finally saw. I haven't seen John Wick, but I did make time to see the new Addams Family animated feature.
Good movie.
But I can watch that one with Henry.
Yeah. What else we talk about? Hey, do you want to send us something? You send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. You want to call us? We're taking some calls.
Yeah.
270-883-2555. Hey, we got shirts.tadpog.com.
Yep.
If anybody wants to do that.
Masks.
Mask.tadpog.com.
Yeah.
You're doing that Twitch thing.
Tadpoles.tadpog.com. We should start selling tadpoles, dog.
Like sea monkeys or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I stream on Twitch on Sundays. Twitch.tv/tadpog_podcast. It's cool. Usually a pretty good time. I'm back to streaming the games that we're talking about. So by the time you hear this, I'll have already streamed the Addams Family. So if you were looking forward to that, sorry.
What else do we do? Facebook, Tadpog Nation. You got the Discord. What's that Discord link?
bit.ly/tadpog
That way
Discord.
that way you can find Ian if you need to message him.
It's a good place. I love the Discord server.
It is good.
Most importantly, we got that Patreon.
Patreon.
So I want to thank Plinko Nick up in that
Thank you, Plinko Nick.
and riding that few pennies train. Jonathan Martinez.
Toot toot.
That's all I got.
All right. And that reminds me that this episode has been executive produced by the following people. These are the folks who donate on, who go above and beyond and donate on Patreon at $20 or more a month. If that's a lot, thank you. We've got the following people: Usurper Grimm, God Emperor Alex Pena, Plinko Nick Price, Temporal Eternal Savior Cubicle Monkey, Cousin David Galino, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Steve Dixon, Clambro Cody Phillips, Bantha Master, Executive Producer Dig Duggy, Gamebug Prime Nathan Eaton, Time Lord Josh Edwards, Matt Gentile, aka Gentle G, congratulations on your marriage, Sick Jake, we're sorry you fell for the marketing, Magical Sleeper, aka Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, I'm sorry you couldn't be on this episode, Platinum member Brett Miller, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Nate from Utah First Time Caller, Drinksmith Joey Webster, Big Daddy Paul Anderson, Master Psycho Baron Kevin Link, General Kenobi Massacre, Barbecue Baron Andrew Rowland, and Backlog Manisher Dane. Thank you guys.
Very cool.
Well, our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive, but I linked to that track from the show notes at tadpog.com. How you guys want to close it out?
I don't know what baseball players sound like, but I guess like a favorite baseball player.
Or Star Wars holiday special.
Yeah,
Character.
just all gonna do, yeah, it's all Wookiees.
It's all Wookiees.
Yeah, all the way down.
Whatever.
Wookiees all the way down. There's one Imperial officer who snaps.
Your favorite actor or actress you would defend to the death?
All right. I don't know that there were any of them that I would defend to their death, though. I guess Jacob, but he doesn't count.
He doesn't
according
count.
to Dave.
So until next time.
Tropical.
Capricorn.
Were you Brandon?
Job. Well, it's like Kid Rock himself is from Michigan, and his dad like owned 100 car dealerships. Like he
Oh, is that
was
right?
rich and grew up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he related to God, what's his name? The fucking country singer. Sorry.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
no, that's Miley. He's like a big one, like a big old one.
Don't know.
All right, sorry. Ted Bundy.
You know, the country singer.
My mind's fucking with me right now because it's like, it's Tennessee Williams. Say Tennessee Williams. And I'm like, it's not Tennessee Williams. And it's like, I'm pretty sure it's Tennessee Williams. Just say it.
You know that album Glass Menagerie he had? It's real good.
Jacob was in it.
John got really frustrated with all the half cigarettes Jacob would smoke.
Yeah, man, it'll come to me like in the middle of recording. I'll just shout it out. No one will know what the fuck's going on.
That makes it even better.